exclusive electric and water utility partner of Orlando City Soccer Club. The hometown utility is proud to support its hometown soccer team. Visit www.ouc.com to learn more about OUC's reliable electric and water services. Go City.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
You can tell spring is in the air thanks to that thick coat of pollen that covers everything from your car to your house. And if you suffer from allergies, this can be a tough time of the year. So breathe easy this spring with Renewal by Andersen's energy-efficient windows and doors. Improved indoor air quality is just one great benefit. Renewal by Andersen's beautiful design with a variety of color options bumps up your curb appeal too. And during their 30-day spring sale, you can save $325 on every window and $825 on all patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for details. Expires April 30th. Some restrictions apply. And if you're looking for a new career, great news. Renewal by Andersen is now hiring experienced window and door installers. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go to rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
Hi, everybody. It's Savannah Guthrie here with Hoda Kotb from the Today Show.
You know that saying, you learn something new every day? Well, it is so true.
Yes, every morning on Today, it's those little tips that can help save you time and improve your day.
From the simplest ways to save money right now to incredible kitchen and cleaning hacks that you never knew existed. Just remember,
see it, hear it, learn it on Today.
Oh, that's genius. You just saved me $40.
Every morning, right here on NBC.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, April 27th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
Mills Air and Business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. MONEY, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program for you today. Get you caught up on what's happening out in the world. Deb will do that at 3:20 with Woke News. 4 o'clock hour, it's What'd You Do That's New. We'll go over my choice. It's called One Man's Dream. A guy builds the best stereo system in the world. Some fun, interesting stuff after the fact there I have for you. 5 o'clock hour, we'll do It's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. We'll do trivia as well. We have Dave Matthews tickets to give away, and we'll end it up with You Heard It Here First. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long, plus 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000. Welcome to the show. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, it's producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social media, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can watch us on YouTube and see me goof it like every other 5 minutes.
Semper Fi.
That was the weirdest burp I've ever seen.
Yeah, it sounded to me like, hoorah. Green core.
I almost
Go
introduced
core.
Ross is what I almost did.
Comedy.
Yeah,
see?
Go to JimColbertLive.com. Click right through to our YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe and like there, and you can comment right there in the section that's meant to do that. Your 3 o'clock keyword, by the way, is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Money is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck.
You mentioned Ross, and just in case anyone wasn't aware, you can catch his Good Sauce podcast tomorrow night on Real Radio.
That's right.
At 8 o'clock. I, all day, have been doing this Wednesday thing, thinking it's Wednesday, and it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it is today. It's a Tuesday.
Because so much of, a lot of what we do is we have to plan for that next day and planning for the next day, and I've been, in my mind, thinking it's Wednesday, all this promotion stuff. I'm getting out, I'm looking, I'm like, hey, you didn't take your Wednesday medication to my daughter. I'm not like, all of this stuff.
No.
And everyone looks at me like I'm nuts. But I guess I am.
Are you all right? Everything fine?
I think I need my Wednesday medication.
Maybe it was that hot dog you had last night.
That was a significant hot dog.
So I see.
Careful. Careful.
Okay. So last night I see Bradshaw in the parking lot as we're leaving.
Yeah.
I see his beautiful wife, NaomiBradshaw.com.
Yeah, she looked beautiful last night for her birthday.
It was her birthday yesterday.
Sitting right there beside Jack's car, judging. I saw it. But I'd asked Jack beforehand. He says, yeah, we're going to Primrose Lanes tonight. This was last night, of course, to go bowling with the fam for her birthday. And I said, you going to get that dog? And he said, I think I am going to get the hot dog. And I asked him first thing this morning. The only thing I thought about all night was how Jack was going to perceive how good or not good this $1,000 hot dog was.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was 18.
I thought it was 15. 15 and then fries is extra, right?
15. Well, fries came with it.
Oh, does it?
But it was 15, but then it came with the chili, and it has their, so it has
It comes
a relish.
with chili?
I don't know. It's a chili and cheese whiz, but I don't think I got that.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
You had me at cheese whiz.
It had the onions.
You had Miss Wisconsin at fake
It had
cheese whiz.
onions and pickles and stuff. It was definitely significant. It was a little messy.
Okay, that's
but,
fine.
You know,
It's the first I've heard that.
Yeah. It's got yellow mustard on it too. Every bite, you have a cloth napkin because it's that kind of place.
Right. And they make that dog in house, by the way.
Yeah. It had a good snap to it. It was very good. I'm probably one and done on that dog.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, well,
really?
Just out of curiosity, why? Just because of the size of it? Did you feel like you got your money's worth?
But for
Well, that's tough, God. You got to remember this is a $15 dog, and this is our boy Bradshaw.
Yeah.
You got to be fair.
Fairly noted.
You got to be fair.
I got to be honest. Today I had a $6 cheeseburger that I like better than that $15 hot dog. So, it is what it is. It's a good hot dog.
Right.
I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I tried it.
Yeah.
But I was torn between that and their smash burger, probably about the same price.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, I know who's an expert in this place. I text Ross. I go, I'm at Primrose first time, smash burger or hot dog? He goes,
hot dog.
You've had a smash burger. You've never had a hot dog like this.
Okay.
So I had the hot dog. It was good. Glad I got it. We bowled like 2 games. I am an awful bowler.
And now you can say you've had the experience.
I've had the experience.
Look, that thing took over Orlando for about a month on
Yeah.
social media. This hot dog was the talk of the town. Whether it was too expensive, whether it was too much, too big.
Well,
here's the deal. Anywhere you go now, a burger is $15, right?
Yeah,
At least.
Sure. Yeah.
$15.
If you get fries with it, $15.
And so, it's almost in its wheelhouse for maybe a $2-3 sign restaurant.
Dude, a large fast food combo now is $11.50.
Yeah.
Like a large, like if you go to McDonald's or Burger King, whatever, if you get their combo, whatever, the Whopper, quarter pounder, whatever, and you get that large, bigger fries, bigger drink, that's $11.50.
Did I mention I had a $6 cheeseburger today with fries? It was heavenly.
Heavenly. I'm not telling anybody about that place either.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
No, that's my secret.
I had a bankrupt taco today. It was a bankruptcy taco. I got to tell you, the bankruptcy doesn't taste that bad these days. Tijuana Flats announced that they're filing bankruptcy, like Chapter 11, and protecting some stores. So we have known Brian Wheeler since they started Tijuana Flats. Brian doesn't own it anymore.
Former UCF grad, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. When we were over the other building, the story I tell about Tijuana Flats and our connection to it forever was, they would beg us, and I'm not kidding. Brian would literally call and beg us to eat their tacos on the air, right?
Oh, really?
And we would be like, Brian, you have to spend money. You have to spend money and blah, blah, blah. This is 30 years ago, right? So we were sitting at the studio one day, and somebody comes into the building and says, hey, there's like 3 boxes out front. Anybody know what that is? And I'm like, no, what's going on? And it turns out that Wheeler loaded up everything in his restaurant and put it in paper boxes and delivered it to the front like the radio station, and just left it there, knowing that radio people are no way possible going to let free food just sit there.
He's
Are you
not
kidding?
wrong.
That's how Hooters made it on the air at XL for like the first 6 years I was there.
And that's exactly what happened. We went out there and started eating his food, and then next thing you know, that that one location turned into a massive Central Florida franchise success story, and still is, really.
It is.
Brian and his father managed it and expanded it. They sold it. He went off to do a couple other things. One of them is Tibby's, and I think he has another product coming out soon, another Tex-Mex product, I believe. And then now they have had to file for protection, reassignment. What's it called? It's something.
Yeah.
Chapter 11, a reorganization.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so they'll and then they're going to close 11 stores. They really haven't said what 11 stores it's going to be yet, but and again, I don't know anything about the new owners, but I know that when Brian was there, he looked at it a lot like Jeremy looks at Jeremiah's, Jeremy Litwick, whom I know as well, and is very charitable in the area. What is always willing to kind of help out, your soccer club, your girls club, whatever the case may be, by giving
military,
by giving free ice, right?
I love that.
And they've always been that way. And he wanted to have that partnership. I've talked to him many times about it. And from what I understand with Brian from years ago, that was his same gig. He wanted a real Orlando local brand that supported Orlando businesses and outreach programs, whether it be Little League Baseball or whatever. And Tijuana Flats did a pretty good job of that for a long time. So I hope they make it. I hope that brand stays around. And I hope the new ownership is wise and maybe would consult Mr. Wheeler. on how to make
it work,
how to get back up and running. But had a pretty good one today. I like the Taco Tuesday, man. What am I saying?
Oh,
I like the Taco Tuesday.
I love Taco Tuesday. Tijuana Flats. It's a great deal.
Super hot sauce, a little queso, some beans and rice. Can't lose.
No, you're good to go.
All right, 407.
Had a $6 cheeseburger.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, it was so good.
Jack, that's the only thing that made today, Tuesday, worth it since he's been operating on Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you. At least I got that right. I showed up to the right place at the right time. But last night, one more thing on Primrose. Yeah, because it's funny. A texter even pointed out when you say that I had a hot dog, they assume it's that $1.50 Costco hot dog that comes with a soda.
It is not.
It is not.
It might be my favorite food deal ever.
Right, yeah.
This Primrose hot dog was definitely better. Bowled a couple games. Had the old fashioned there.
Yeah.
Which was absolute. It wasn't cheap. It was $14, but they use Demora sugar. Are you familiar with that, Jim?
Hey, is it that
Demora?
Is it that brown sugar that they turn into like the is it that same sugar they use for cafe con leches? Like it's that brown sugar they almost turn into like a paste.
So it might be a type of brown sugar. It's Demerara.
Yeah.
Demerara is a type of sugar.
Oh, are you just trying to say Deborah?
No, Demerara. I love
right
you,
here.
Demerara.
Yeah, she just dipped her finger in.
He just called me sugar.
Because it just said bourbon, Demerara, and bitters, but I had it, and it was fantastic. Yeah, I was like really
now
digging
that
it.
he liked. He $15 dog. Yeah,
it was good.
So for the family, the deal to go to Primrose is not a bad deal?
Well, that's a well, it's a date night.
No, this was a date night. Yeah. I fed the family yesterday. It was put it this way. I was at it. It was $100 for me and my wife. Bowled 2 games. Hot dog. She ate a chicken sandwich, appetizer,
Buddy,
one drink, 2 sodas.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That $100 is not bad for
Yeah.
a night out. Listen, man, if you can get out of a night out for under $100, that could be just going to movies on like Carrabba's.
An
That's
hour,
$100.
An hour of bowling for 2 was $34.
Yeah, that's
so
not bad.
That was part of the 100.
That's not bad at all, man. I think you made out quite well.
Yeah. And
was it packed on a Monday night?
It was not packed on a Monday night. It's a hospitality night, and I'm glad we chose that. It was, but in and out of there, we had a lovely time. I've experienced it. Very cool. If I was younger, I'd felt
That'd be your
cooler.
spot,
I'd be
yeah.
hanging out there.
Very nice.
It's got that retro feel to it.
You don't have the jeans for it, dude.
Yeah. I wear Wrangler.
You don't have the jeans for it, kiddo. They
That's
got to
not
be
true.
way tighter.
Yeah, I wear Levi's.
You know what? You have
Levi's
one
straight leg.
You have one too many pair of Skechers to go in there again.
I don't wear Skechers.
All right, 407-916-1041. Money, by the way, is your 3 o'clock keyword, MONEY. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Remember, guys, if you're playing the game, keep your phone near, keep it turned on, and when you see a phone number you do not recognize, unfortunately, if you're playing the game, that's the one you're going to have to pick up. And that's the one that could have that money for you. Got a couple things to talk about. Deb, what you got for news for us?
Well, we've got President Biden delivering a reproductive rights speech in Tampa as we speak. Closer to home, a second person of interest is arrested in that deadly Seminole County carjacking. And another app is being sued for selling sensitive data.
Wow.
We'll tell you which app and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. Plus, we have a tattoo artist in San Diego that says he's covering up more of these tattoos than any other tattoo. We have dentists that agree when you should not brush your teeth.
What?
And a Belgian man gets arrested for DUI, and they let him off, but you're not going to believe why. All that coming up, plus tons of other stuff as well. We'll do Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Hot damn, he did it. He did it without.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Delays continue on I-4 east and westbound this afternoon between the Beach Line and 535. A vehicle fire blocks the southbound right lane on Florida's Turnpike between Williams Road and Canoe Creek Road. A crash still blocks 2 northbound lanes on 436 at I-4. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, you talking about a company that's doing it right. 70-plus lives affected here in Central Florida, and that's a number we had months ago. I can't imagine how many more people have found out that they have issues they need to take care of. That's what Life Imaging does better than anybody. Time to be a hero and tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA. And if you do have a family member that you do think could benefit, their free heart scan is the way to go. No dyes. You don't take off your clothes. This only takes a few minutes. There are no injections at all. Do not wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Guys, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, you got to be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make this the year you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. If you've been in a car accident, you need to know a term. It's called statute of limitations. That means you have 2 years from the time of the accident to actually file a lawsuit if need be. If you don't do that, you're going to lose your rights to the claim. Now, sometimes some lawyers will wait till the last minute to file or contact you with just about a month left, saying that they don't know if they want to proceed with your case. Be careful with that. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office Orlando.
You got a service dog?
Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or on our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
Are your energy costs through the roof? FAS Windows and Doors is now offering buy 3, get 1 free windows on any project. This is a plain and simple deal that homeowners can receive at the time of signing. FAS also offers 24-month financing. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months with this new financing option available from FAS. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS Windows and Doors today or visit us online at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Mills Air and Business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Get ready for the biggest fiesta of the year at San Jose's original Mexican restaurant, celebrating its grand opening in Altamont Springs, Monday, April 29th. Live music, margaritas, and food specials all day. San Jose's original Mexican restaurant. Reinvent your tradition. SanJose'sOriginal.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember.
I smell sex and
And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there, and Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for woke news.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, woke news is brought to you, thankfully, gratefully, by that mortgage guy, Don.
Yes.
Okay, before we get to the story of the president, I wanted to do the other local story that we've been following since it broke in the middle of April. And that is a second person of interest is in custody in connection to the deadly armed carjacking of a South Florida woman last week.
Right.
Police arrested Giovanni Hernandez Crespo on drug charges yesterday. Investigators believe he was the last person to speak with the victim, 31-year-old Catherine Aguas Vivas. A body believed to be the victim was found in an SUV engulfed in flames in Osceola County on April 11th, which is the same day police say Aguas Vivas was kidnapped at gunpoint in Winter Springs. The alleged shooter in the case, 28-year-old Jordan Torres Garcia, has already been arrested. Crespo Hernandez's girlfriend was also arrested on drug charges. They lived together in Castleberry. Crespo Hernandez is expected to make his first court appearance this afternoon. And as we, have suspected since the beginning, the victim said to drive up here from South Florida to see family.
Right, yeah.
But as it turns out, it's only she and her husband. They had no family here. I guess her husband told investigators that she was here to pick something up.
It was a lamp, right?
It was a lamp that had about, like $60,000 worth of cocaine in it.
Yeah. This is a scary case. And you see both these dudes have like the same haircut. They've got those weird like high Caesar kind of cut thing. Is that a thing now?
I don't know. It looks like they used the same bowl to cut their hair.
Yeah.
It's a terrible look.
They should be charged just for that.
I do too.
You don't commit crimes when you look like that. I mean, you're easy to kind of nab. I mean, like just look for the guy with a Caesar cut,
right?
The blonde Caesar cut.
Yeah, well, let's hope they put these two guys away for good because they're nothing but trouble.
Yep, nasty.
All right, President Biden is spending a few hours in Tampa this afternoon during a campaign swing. The chief executive just finished delivering a speech on reproduction rights. This visit comes as Florida's 6-week abortion ban is set to take effect next week. Governor DeSantis, during a Naples visit, commented on President Biden's trip to Tampa today.
Down to try to support a constitutional amendment that will mandate abortion up until the moment of birth, that will eliminate parental consent for minors.
In November, Florida voters will be weighing in on that proposed constitutional amendment to allow abortion until fetal viability. This is Biden's second trip to Tampa as president and approximately the 30th stop by a sitting president to the region since 2000. Goes to show Florida continues to be an important state.
Yes.
All right, another round of bills around the desk of Governor Ron DeSantis. Lawmakers officially sent 20 more measures to the governor yesterday, including one that would expand the My Florida Safe Home program. Good to remember, considering we're just a couple of months away from hurricane season. The legislation would provide $200 million toward the initiative aimed at helping residents harden their homes against hurricanes. It would also help reduce property insurance costs. DeSantis has until May 7th to either veto, sign, or allow the bills to become law. Yep. All right, I don't know if our listeners have found this, but there is some good news for renters. Florida Atlantic University recently released a study that shows rent growth has returned back to the typical yearly increase for the most part.
Okay.
Data from February shows rents rose nationally by about 3.5% year over year. That's in line with what's usually seen in a more balanced market. But Dr. Ken Johnson is a real estate economist at FAU's College of Business, and he says these numbers suggest the rental crisis is over in most parts of the country.
All right.
But he adds that while rent growth is still increasing, it's nowhere near as rapid in years past. And it's the one thing that gets in the way of whether it's stabilizing or not. Researchers point out, though, that renters continue to struggle until incomes increase.
Right.
To compensate for those rising rents.
Sure. Yeah, I was talking to a guy this past weekend who was lamenting that he and his wife are barely able to afford rent, and they both make like $60,000 a year.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
They get a family of like 5 and have to have a place where everybody can have their bedroom, and it's tough to find an area that has good schools. Where you want to raise your family.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
It is very difficult, and so much so that the Supreme Court continues to hear oral arguments over whether homeless people can be cited for camping on public property. Homeless advocates rallied in downtown Orlando yesterday, and Martha Ayer is with the Homeless Services Network of Central Florida.
by default, those people are on our streets. They are unsheltered because we don't have a shelter for them to go to. So what we need is both. We need more housing and we need safe shelters.
State lawmakers passed a law this year prohibiting municipalities from allowing people to sleep on public property and blocking sidewalks.
Yeah. We have some interesting. I watched a little of that and read a little of that argument going on in the Supreme Court up in Oregon, and it is a really fascinating argument. The homelessness issue is a fascinating issue because it is really, it's economics, and when you look at what happens with that group of people up there. And how they're kind of maintaining it and how they're trying to manage it. It seems to be a question without a real easy answer. Or a matter of fact, not even a real easy beginning of an answer.
No, I mean, and we're seeing it not just in Oregon, but we've talked about it in California and
here
Washington State. And right here in Central Florida with the tents starting to pop up in downtown Orlando. And so I agree with that advocate because, you don't want them sleeping in a city park, but there has to be a shelter. There has to be a safe place to go.
And the question is like, who do you take that money from to do that? I mean, because the budget is the budget. So you look at a city like Orlando, we've talked about this before, yes, they should, a lot of them are mentally ill. A lot of them are mentally ill veterans for that matter. Where are you going to put them? Well, you can't build free housing because you're not going to get that through politically. So where are you going to borrow that money from? What budget you get pulled from? Who has to suffer? Who has to pinch their budget to make that happen? And there's just people aren't willing to do that. And politicians are there to get budgets full for the things they promise their constituents. And, usually as a rule, you can't go to a neighborhood and go, we'd love to build some free housing for homeless people here. How you feel about that? No, not really good about it at all, actually.
This law is an unfunded mandate from Tallahassee because they say it's up to the local municipalities to provide the housing or shelters, and our shelters are full. And now if it's illegal for them to be on the sidewalk, but the shelters are full.
Then what?
Yeah, exactly.
And let me tell you what.
Now you get arrested when you have no options just because you don't have a home.
A couple of the justices that are arguing this, the Supreme Court said, so in Oregon right now, if I don't have a place to stay, it's a crime to sleep outside. Like it's a crime for me to go to sleep. Because that's basically what you're saying. And there's nowhere else for me to go. But in that same sense, you can't have homeless people piling up in public parks and making them unusable for people who pay the taxes to pay for those parks.
And thank you for the perfect segue, because speaking of taxes, now, while Florida does not have a state income tax, a new study found the bottom 40% of income earners here in Florida pay a higher tax rate than in California. Esteban Santos with the Florida Policy Institute says the majority of our state's revenue comes from sales taxes.
Sales taxes are regressive. According to revenue projections for the current fiscal year, sales taxes account for nearly 80% of all general revenue collected in our state.
Yeah, 80%. Santos says Florida policymakers can shift the tax burden by closing corporate tax loopholes. Also, he predicts the new Florida Gaming Compact with the Seminole Tribe will raise revenue and potentially improve the livelihood of all Florida taxpayers. It would be good to maybe see some of that explosive growth go toward Florida's homeless problem. All right, Orange County leaders are expected to discuss ending its agreement with the One Pulse Foundation sometime today.
I thought...
Yeah, the organization dissolved last year after years of trying to build a permanent memorial for the 49 victims killed in the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting here in Orlando. If you haven't had the opportunity to see what little bit of hair Jimmy has left light on fire, definitely go to our YouTube channel right now. The county agreed last month to pay for the property taxes on the land in order to build its own memorial and museum.
You mean the one they've already spent $2 million to research?
Commissioners are expected to vote on the proposed termination during today's meeting.
Christ almighty, dude. That thing is the biggest mess.
I know.
And
it still stinks.
It's so gross.
It still stinks. All right. Speaking of stinking, a vote by the Orange County Commission, probably while they're doing the One Pulse thing, could also allow a strip club to reopen.
Oh, very nice. Now we're talking.
The commission today will discuss settling a lawsuit.
Oh, Jack's here.
Filed by those who own the former home of Flashdance.
Oh, really?
On South Orange Blossom Trail. You guys are going to remember this story because the owners sued after the county tax collector revoked their adult entertainment license last year. The license was revoked after investigators claimed a 15-year-old girl was dancing topless at the club.
Sure.
The lawyer for the owners, though, said, hey, we have nothing to do with the club operators. We just own the building. They did their own thing.
That's right. Got nothing to do with us, playa.
Don't look it over here.
That's right.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, especially not over there. She's 15.
I shouldn't laugh at that. That was
You should not.
No, I should not. All right. The Brevard County Tourism Advisory Board is considering a plan to help fund a new Brightline project. The recommendation would provide about $5 million toward a station in North Cocoa. If approved at tomorrow's meeting, the proposal would need to go through county commissioners. So Brightline is operating 32 trains a day between Orlando International Airport and Miami with no current stops in Brevard County.
Wow.
Several executives with the company are planning to attend Wednesday's meeting. When you think of everything there is to do in Brevard, from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex to the beaches to checking out the launch complexes,
Cruises.
Cruises.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there is so much lost revenue to not have a Brevard County station.
Yeah, and I was wondering, like, when they first announced this and the fact that it goes over to the East Coast to Brevard and then south.
Yes. Right.
I thought it was a no-brainer they would have a stop there. I thought from the very beginning.
Yep.
And the fact that it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to do it. It's like, then you wonder, you know, okay, so it's Brightline is owned by a private company, right? It's not it's not
public.
It's not public that runs it. So they have to kind of negotiate their deal. I get that, but it just seemed like a no-brainer for Brevard to be one of those stops.
And Brightline's a national company, is it not? They don't just operate in Florida. Because what's that train that just opened up? Yeah, because they just opened up a train between California and L.A., right? Or L.A. and Vegas.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to. The construction for that has just started. I was surprised, though, too, Jack, when they picked Stewart and not and not Cocoa, not somewhere in Brevard.
Yeah.
That, to me, was a really odd choice.
Because you figure, well, you have that one deal, but then every time you are stopping the train. So it's all about speed, yet it's all how many times. But they have to stop every time they run over somebody.
Yeah, that's why when you take an Amtrak, it takes you 7.5 hours to get to Jacksonville.
Well, I mean, it also kind of seems weird that they would pick Stewart over Tampa.
Right.
I mean, you know, Tampa's having to beg to get on the Brightline network, right? At least that's the appearance of it. A Volusia County Fire Department is working on a plan to reduce its response times. The design for the new fire station complex in Daytona Beach is almost done. It'll be the new home for Station Number 1, which was the busiest in the county last year. How many calls for service just in Volusia County do you think Station Number 2 took last year? This is just Station Number 2.
Just Station Number 2, Jim.
Just
Station Number 2. How many calls for service last year?
See, if you did one a day, would be 30. I'm gonna go 450.
I go 451.
4,500.
Oh my God!
Construction is expected to begin along Ridgewood Avenue.
Let me tell you how big of a dick that guy is. I will tell you right now how big of a dick that guy is.
Okay, all right.
When I answered,
right,
and I knew it, when he said 450 and 1, do you know that ass already reached for the button? He, in the middle of your answer, he was reaching for the button. I could look over and see him out of my peripheral reach for the button, the ding button.
He's so quick on that bell when it's his. You ever notice that?
It might have been yours. I just wanted to be ready.
Don't say my name. It's Mr. Colbert.
But I do have something for you.
You son of a bitch.
Construction is expected to begin along Ridgewood Avenue this summer. Operations should be up and running later next year. Florida State University dealing with a temporary setback in its dispute with the Atlantic Coast Conference. A judge in Tallahassee yesterday granted the ACC's motion to dismiss FSU's lawsuit.
Wow.
Against the conference, but is allowing the school to amend its complaint regarding the jurisdiction in which the case should be heard. The judge also urged FSU and the ACC to attempt good faith mediation. Come on, everyone sit down, be nice, figure it out.
Talk it over some crab legs.
Exactly, to resolve their differences. Good price on those if you get the right person to pick them up. FSU and the ACC sued each other last year over media rights and the penalty the school would be forced to pay to leave the conference. I don't think they're going to fix that anytime soon. All right, a Falcon 9 rocket lifts off as scheduled from Cape Canaveral early this evening, and the booster lands on a drone ship out in the Atlantic. It's going to mark a milestone for SpaceX.
100? 200?
What? I mean, we don't know.
Successful booster recoveries. Jack just gave you
200.
He said 200, and then he said 100. What would you say?
I would say it's 199.
300. Jimmy. Go ahead, Jack. Oh.
Rather than give himself a ding. Rather than
He's ninja, dude.
Rather than revel in the win, he would rather revel in my loss.
That's right. I forgot. Thank you.
Yes, it would have been
my last act in the station, setting that on fire. Letting you know, just get ready for it.
I'm not telling you where I hide
Get ready for it. Pouring a bottle of tequila in it that I say I'm going to drink on the air as a toast. Not going to happen. Everything's going up in flames, boss. On the record.
The rocket is carrying more Starlink internet satellites, a 95% chance for go weather for launch, which is set for 6:17 p.m. local time. Enough time maybe for you to strap Jack to the rocket.
Hey!
Turn him into a rocket man.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were able to listen to Ray Trendley from TK Law when he was on with us yesterday evening after 6 o'clock, and even if you didn't, his segment is up on the goods at JimColbertLive.com. He's talking about this. First, he talked about the class action lawsuit against the Fleshlight.
Yes.
Then last night, he talked about the class action lawsuit that was filed against Adam and Eve, the online purveyors of
adult
items.
Toys.
Right. For selling personal information from everything from browsing habits to what you purchased, everything. The kind of stuff you didn't maybe even realize was being sold.
Sure.
So Grindr users are suing the app for allegedly selling sensitive information like, I don't know, HIV status.
What?
Without their consent.
How do they even get it?
The suit, filed in the UK, claims the dating app targeted. For those who don't know, Grindr is targeted towards gay and bisexual men.
Yeah.
Well, in this lawsuit, it said it disclosed information about their health and sex lives of users to advertisers without their knowledge.
Holy ass. That is bad,
That
man.
is bad. And
That
that's
is
going to make
bad
a lot of
news.
isn't it?
Holy assies.
Holy ass. I mean, yeah, it's a proper thing to say.
It is.
It's not only funny, but it's factual. Holy ass.
So more than 670 users signed their names to the class action lawsuit.
Wow.
And according to a London-based law firm, thousands more are interested in joining. Wait till that gets over here to the States.
A lot of Phillips. Sorry, Philip.
All right, let's do one more fun story here before.
All right.
All right, a new study from gambling website casino.ca. What is the least wallet-friendly among the busiest airports in the country?
The least wallet-friendly. In other words, the most expensive airports in the country?
Yeah, but don't just think gambling. This is just casino.ca is the one that did the study.
Gotcha,
so what would you think is the least wallet-friendly among the busiest airports in the country?
Wow, man. I'm not
LAX.
I don't think it. Yeah,
Good choice.
I would think it has to be something on the West Coast. I'll go SeaTac.
No, a little bit further south from what Jack said. San Diego International Airport.
Wow, really?
Yeah, the study is based on beer pricing, parking, and hotels.
Yeah, that's one of the most expensive places to live, either way. Yeah.
I lived there for about 4 months, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Very weird, though.
LAX is closer.
Relentless. He is relentless.
San Diego topped the list as the most expensive with an average hotel stay, parking, and 1 pint of beer.
Oh, man, $600.
Wait.
You're going to get that. Well,
I'm
going to give it to you, Jimmy. The win, $574.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, Jack was going to say $599.
He was going to say $575.
No, I was going to say $599,
but you would have lost it.
No.
Because it's
he said
$570.
$600.
Yeah, I would have said $600.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me the ding, though. Give me the ding.
Give him the ding.
No, you're not letting me play.
It doesn't matter.
Give him
the
the
only one to
courtesy.
answer.
You were overruled.
Okay.
She's the news queen. You got overruled.
So you were the only player there, right?
Yeah, ding.
Okay,
half
so
a ding. I'll
you're
take
right.
half. I'll take half.
No, and
No, there's no wrong.
wait, you came in last place.
No, get out of here.
You were the only player.
Let her finish
right.
her job.
Who came
you
in-
should know this better than anybody.
Who came in at number 2?
Oh, God.
Airports?
You guess.
Jack, you go first.
I did go first on LAX. I'm going to go LaGuardia.
Oh, God. I still don't think it's on the East Coast.
And go west.
Orlando International Airport.
Denver.
Ah!
Denver International came in at number 2, followed by Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood
Son of a
International.
bitch. You should have asked for 3.
Followed by Fort Lauderdale,
I'm going
Hollywood
home. This
International
sucks.
Airport at number
This
3. Research used menus from each airport, parking rates listed on websites, and hotel accommodations from Booking.com.
I'm not even sure why I got a bell on that.
Literally almost called in sick today. I don't know why I didn't. Not even sick. I'd have just sat in the parking lot. And waiting for you to get off work and then laughed at you.
As soon as I see that bottle of tequila, dude, I'm running. And now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Don't forget your 3 o'clock keyword. You got time. It's money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm. Send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for your Tuesday, it will be another gorgeous day. Temperatures will be climbing into the upper 70s and low 80s with low humidity. A high of 80 degrees is on tap for Orlando. As we head into tonight, cooler temperatures will settle back in. Not quite as chilly as this morning, but we'll plan for lows in the mid to upper 50s. By the end of the week, we're talking highs back in the mid 80s under sunny skies. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. These guys also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. I showed Jack today the video of the steak I made my Uni pizza oven. Simply amazing stuff. Everybody needs a nice, comfortable place to sit. You can do that with Polywood furniture. This stuff is indestructible, beautiful, will not fade in the Florida sun. They also have a service tech specializing in grills for any repair or warranty issues. You can get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. And these guys have 13 convenient locations here in Central Florida, including that brand new store in Hamlin. Or you could just shop online at acehardware.com, get free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Not to brag, but I've been crushing it lately. And all credit goes to frozen drinks from McDonald's. Clean my apartment while crushing an ice-cold Oreo frappe. Love that chocolate flavor. Hint of coffee and Oreo cookie pieces. Crush work in overtime thanks to a drizzly caramel frappe. Even fix my own car while crushing a creamy mocha frappe. Start crushing it yourself with a delicious, refreshing frappe from Mickey D's. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's for a limited time, Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
Hi, everybody. It's Savannah Guthrie here with Hoda Kotb from the Today Show.
You know that saying, you learn something new every day? Well, it is so true.
Yes, every morning on Today, it's those little tips that can help save you time and improve your day.
From the simplest ways to save money right now to incredible kitchen and cleaning hacks that you never knew existed. Just remember,
see it, hear it, learn it on Today.
Oh, that's genius. You just saved me $40.
Every morning, right here on NBC.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, one firm for life.
When you buy a diamond at International Diamond Center, you can bring it back a year from now, trade it up to a bigger one, and get 110% of your original purchase price toward the new diamond.
You pay me $10,000 for my diamond. When you come back and you want to trade it up, you're going to get that $10,000. Plus, we're going to give you a bonus of $1,000.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire talking about IDC's industry-leading diamond trade-up policy.
So you're getting 110% on what you paid for that diamond. Who else does this? I'm going to pay you more for that diamond diamond than you paid me in the beginning.
The 110% upgrade is just another thing that separates IDC from the rest. We stand behind what we sell.
We know what we're selling, we believe in what we're selling, and we know the inherent value of that diamond.
At IDC, your trust means everything.
We want you to feel that you can buy with confidence.
International Diamond Center. Highest quality, insane selection, guaranteed best value, full transparency, and the strongest consumer protection warranties in the industry.
Our job is to keep you as a customer.
International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations.
ePass saves you time and money on tolls. Plus, the sticker's free. Facts that Jen here didn't know.
Hey man, why are you dragging me into this?
Because you could be saving on tolls with a free ePass sticker.
Okay, I'll do it when I get home and maybe I'll win that $100 in free tolls.
Wait, what?
You didn't know that, Mr. Big Voice Guy? One person today, now through May 5th, will win $100 in tolls. Just sign up for a free ePass sticker at getepass.com.
See getepass.com for official rules and details.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041 to call us, text us easily at 77031. You can leave a talkback if you'd like. That way you don't have to wait on the phone. Just get your iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it. There's a little microphone there. Use that to record what you want to say. Send it to us. Jack will edit it down, put it on the air, and you can be a radio superstar just like that. Very easy.
Oh, yeah.
You can also check us out doing our thing. We'll live video in studio. Just go to our YouTube channel, JimColbertLive.com. Click right through to it. When you get there, give us a subscribe and a like, please. That'd be great.
So when they send a talk back, it comes through. I can look at the text and I can play it, but I don't edit it.
Oh, that's right. They edit it on their end.
Yeah, so they do it on their end. So make sure it sounds good. You know, you want to make sure the radio is turned down because when you hear that in the background, it just doesn't make it pleasing to the ear.
Sure,
and that's what we're trying to do. That's why our voices are sent on a 100,000-watt radio station because they find us pleasing to the ear.
Yeah, I meant screen instead of edit. Screen, basically what it is. And Jack makes sure that it's good content for us, and then we put it on the air.
Yeah.
Most of it is not, but we put it on there anyway.
My nasally voice, pleasing to the ear. I like the idea of that.
All right, 407-916-1041.
I sound like Marge's sisters.
So I told you guys before the show that there was a guy who got arrested for a DUI, but he got off of the charge.
Oh, how'd he do it?
It's a Belgian guy.
All right.
He was acquitted of drunk driving on Monday because he suffers from something. And I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this particular malady.
Well, not vertigo then.
It's not vertigo.
It's not kind of like a ketoacidosis kind of thing where his body actually almost produces.
It's called Brewery Syndrome, ABS, and that's exactly it. His body, because of the chemical makeup in his gut, produces alcohol.
One moment, please. Oh, don't you dare! Oh,
wow! How you pulled that one? Wow! Bravo!
I'm not even going to try this guy's name.
And thank you for ending that guessing game.
Yeah. Told Reuters that
keep on schedule.
In another unfortunate coincidence, her client does actually work at a brewery.
No.
But 3 doctors who independently examined him confirmed that he suffered from a thing called ABS, which is this Brewery Syndrome, where the body actually produces alcohol.
Does it have something to do with the sugars in your blood? That's how they're metabolized, that the sugars are metabolized in such a way that it actually creates alcohol?
It says Lisa Florin, who is a clinical biologist with the Belgian hospital, says that people with this condition produce the same type of alcohol as one in alcoholic drinks, but they generally feel less of its effects. They suffer from an intestine-related condition. That's what this is. It doesn't get into what exactly causes it and what the scientific reason it does that, but your body basically, I would guess it would take maybe carbohydrates, maybe use yeast from your body.
Yeah.
And it creates basically an alcohol content in your skin. You can actually sweat it out a little bit.
Brewery Syndrome.
Yeah.
It's caused by fermentation of ingested carbohydrates by gut fungi, resulting in endogenous production of ethanol.
How crazy is that?
Are you drunk, though?
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't really explain. The story is relatively short for what it's kind of diving into.
Yeah.
And I had all those questions as well. It doesn't really say that can actually make you drunk. It does say here that you don't experience it like you would consuming alcohol normally.
I wonder
but it doesn't say that you don't get any effects from it.
I wonder if they would get any effects from alcohol or if it would take like a sip of beer and they could be hammered.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, it says a Belgian media said that the judge emphasized that the defendant, who was not named, did not experience symptoms of intoxication. So maybe what happened was this. They just pulled the guy over and he stunk like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he already works at a brewery and then his body is emanating alcohol because his body's producing it. So that means you would probably secrete it as you sweat, maybe even breathe.
How long do you think the syndrome has been described in medical literature?
Oh, that means it's got to be relatively new.
For over 50 years.
Wow, really?
It still remains misunderstood with limited information regarding diagnosis and treatment, and this is from the Virginia Medical School.
Yeah. And they said the guy did not want to talk about it. They tried to contact the guy to ask him about it, and he did not want to comment. So I guess it's just something he's been dealing with.
Wow.
It does not say anything about it. It says that people born with it can get it when they already suffer from other intestine-related conditions. So they don't even know why it originates.
But does he see how working in a brewery can be kind of a little bit of a bad look?
That's what they said, in a fit of a coincidence.
Exactly.
Dude also worked in a brewery.
Man.
Oh, he's in Belgium. I mean,
You can't help me. It's that or the waffle factory.
Exactly.
Dad.
It's chocolate waffles or beer. It's one of those three.
Well, chocolate, you can get away from work, and people are going to go, oh, okay, tippling at work, were you?
It's so funny, man. Another unfortunate coincidence. They even put that in quotation marks. Like, oh, we got him. He got him. He works at a brewery, too. So when they pulled the guy over, he probably smelled like alcohol. And then again, if you stink like it, ain't no cop going to look at you and go, you know what? You probably just work at a brewery and have ABS.
Right, exactly.
You know, they're going to pull you out of that car. They're going to, and maybe, I don't know. I mean,
Does he fail a breathalyzer?
That's the thing is, I don't know if he did. That's wild. I mean, you would think that he suffers from this all the time. So his body is perpetually... I mean, as long as he consumes carbohydrates, he's perpetually making alcohol.
And where is the process? Is it in his stomach?
It sounds like that from what I was my research.
Yeah, what happens, buddy? He's got a fungus in his stomach. So when he eats that yeast or that bread or whatever the case may be, it has yeast. Those sugars that you eat when you have sugar, the sugar and the yeast interact. And I believe how this goes is, as the yeast eats the sugar, the byproduct of that is alcohol. That's how alcohol is made.
Caused by fermentation of ingested carbohydrate by gut fungi, resulting in endogenous production of ethanol. So the gut fungi eats the ingested carbohydrates, and that just kind of causes your body to...
Right now, there's about 50 good old boys that are going, how do I get me this ABS?
A texter does
doctor,
have it.
How do I get me a cure of this? Give me a shot of that ABS, doc.
Listeners texting Real Mobile 77031. They say they've been diagnosed with ABS due to mold exposure. It causes issues because people think they've been drinking alcohol or they're drunk when they're not. Then goes on to say, love you guys.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Wow, due to mold but that could be the fungi that you're introducing into your gut that maybe you hadn't been exposed to before. That's not part of that gut biome that you have going on, and then you're exposed to this particular kind of mold, and the next thing you know,
boom,
you have this rare underdiagnosed syndrome.
Crazy. I've never heard of it. When I saw the story today, I'm like, that's damn interesting. ABS. I thought ABS was completely something else. Like I really did. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We have What'd You Do That's New next. I suggested this. It's called One Man's Dream. It's an entire story of a guy named Ken Fritz, who basically spent half of his life, or about a third of his life.
And I think we watched most of that.
I think it felt like it took a third of our life, actually.
About a third of his life to build this home stereo system. But what you don't know is what they didn't tell you about Ken Fritz. And I have that next.
Uh-oh.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound on the interstate for those traveling by the major attractions exits. Looking at a slow ride still as well on the turnpike southbound between Williams Road and Canoe Creek Road. No problems to report at this time on the Beach Line or on the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Savings Plans. 2 out of every 3 jobs will require some education or training beyond high school. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan can be used at universities, trade and technical schools nationwide. Plans start at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid open enrollment ends April 30th.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. You know, man, if you've suffered through eyesight issues, it sucks. You know, it really does. Whether you can see poorly, whether you just have blurry vision, where you have to wear glasses or contacts every day, it does not make life easier. And especially in Florida, when the summer gets here, you want to be out enjoying yourself. Well, take advantage of the Filatowski Eye Institute's offer right now. Free LASIK consultations. And here's why I say pay attention. Why wouldn't you find out what they can do for you? If there is an answer for your glasses or contacts or your terrible eyesight, and that answer can make your life better like it did for my father-in-law, why wouldn't you make this move? Do this today. Text 1041 to 868686 and start that journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Guys, they have all the experience you want. These are the OGs of this business in Central Florida. 65,000 LASIK procedures using the latest state-of-the-art tech, and if finances is a concern, don't stress there either. They offer 24-month interest-free financing. Again, to make that very important appointment, do this. Text 1041 to 868686 and find out what they can do for you with their free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
let me run it by my lawyer.
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings. All for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Like the man said, check us out on YouTube. Go to JimColbertLive.com. You'll find it. Click right through to our YouTube channel. Get involved. Have a good time. Give us a subscribe and like while you're there. That helps us out a lot. A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
They love it. The suits love it.
They do love it.
So do that. Again, your 4 o'clock keyword is bills, BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that out for your chance at $1,000. Remember, guys, you're playing a game. You got to keep your phone near and on. You got to answer that phone call that you don't know. It could be that $1,000 waiting on you. Bills, I think we're due.
We are due. We haven't had a winner
due.
since last week.
Yeah.
BILLS. Go get that money for sure. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's do what you do that's new.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey, if we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Kaufman Law.
That's right, Klausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Klausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. What you do that's new every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. One of the members of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. Then we'll come back that following Tuesday. We'll review that and move on to the next member. This is my week. We'll find out what Deb has to offer here in just a few minutes. All right, so what I offered was a video that was on YouTube called One Man's Dream. I was alerted by this video on social media because it was a comment made about, hey, this guy's crazy, blah, blah, blah. I went to check it out. I watched about 10 minutes of it, and I found myself like not being able to move away from it because I'm a bit of a gearhead in certain scenarios. When I was a guitar player for the Monster Band, I had a lot of good gear and equipment because I liked the idea of getting the stuff. Even though I wasn't that great of a player, I just still liked having the stuff.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like crazy stuff. It was just I had stuff.
I was a guitar player in the Monster Band.
Yeah.
Chicks dig the guitar player.
Such a flex there for sure. Nobody sang songs about fishing like us. But either way, and I chose this for you guys to watch. The guy's name is Ken Fritz. He's from Virginia. And he's... What?
Originally from Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're right. Originally from Wisconsin.
But he lives in Virginia. Move on.
Got the accent from my homeland, you know.
So I thought this would be interesting for you guys to watch. I watched it, and you have to understand why I provided this. Okay, so there are some parables in here that I wanted to see if you guys picked up on, and there's an after story that you don't know about more than likely because I doubt you researched it and went beyond what I asked you to watch.
No, that would be a spoiler.
That would be. First things first, what'd you guys think?
For the parts that I could understand, it was interesting.
Yeah.
it was interesting because right away in the beginning, when I saw him pour a glass of wine and sit that far back from speakers, I was like, oh, okay, he's an audiophile.
Yeah, no question.
And then as the film went on, you went, oh, I don't think there's another audiophile like this guy. The technology that went into this system, the room, the
work.
The work,
the time,
the money,
the research,
the money.
But I mean, the research, like going to all of these places to find out where they, I need a table that you put an electron microscope. I need one of those. Well, the biggest one we built is 20 feet. Well, you're gonna have to make me a bigger one.
Right.
A turntable that a cat jumped on and didn't skip a beat.
Right. 1,500 pounds it weighed.
It was interesting, but a lot of it I just simply didn't understand.
Yeah, because the first half of this thing is just basically him explaining the system, and they do that for a reason, just so you can kind of see the time and effort that went into it. The custom speakers were him. He had a full wood shop in his house, in the back of his house, and he built a lot of this stuff from hand. What'd you think?
Fascinating for many different reasons.
Right.
One is his dedication to it. Obviously, this is his passion, his mission, but he had a business that afforded him the ability to do this, to buy a house where he could build a room big enough for this system. That's where it started.
Right.
He had to build the room that was 30 feet by 50 feet.
Yeah.
He built the room for the system.
He built the room for the system and then built the system, custom built the furniture in it, and that was all beautiful.
Yes.
Halfway through, I'm like, what's with all the grandfather clocks?
Which he built by hand.
He built.
He built all of those.
Yeah.
He built all of the grandfather clocks that you saw. He built. He's fascinated with clocks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And of course they had to have music.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but then his memory, so I believe in this, he's 77?
76.
76?
Said it
Okay.
100 times, yeah.
Did he? No, once.
No, it was a bunch, but either way. No, there's a reason why I'm saying that. Go ahead.
Okay. But every piece of equipment, he could give. He was giving the specs. He knew the weight of everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, every aspect of it, he had down where it was all, in his head, and it's just his understanding of it all was pretty impressive. The amount of money. Now, am I correct in saying it was 1.7 million?
So they didn't say a number in the show that I remember them saying specifically. They gave the price of some of the components, but they didn't say it all. And you got to remember, they never took into consideration the craftsmanship of the woodwork in there when it comes to. They just talked about the equipment itself. Now, I started doing some research because I knew that they didn't have the prices in there per se. They didn't go, and the grand total is, it wasn't a reveal like that. But those amps that he was talking about, those Krell amps.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's see how much a Krell amplifier. Each one of those amplifiers, which I think he had 2 of just driving the big towers, those are $34,000 each. The turntable was $150.
Yeah, when he was talking about the turntable, he goes, yeah, you can pick one up for 20, 30, 40, 50. I thought dollars was going to be the next word.
Right.
But $1,000, I'm like, what?
Yeah. He said, matter of fact, he made fun of it. He says, I guess I could just run out and get one of these for $50,000 and it would probably be fine.
Yeah.
But that wasn't going to be enough.
It was custom made and cost him, to him, it was worth $150,000.
The stand it was on cost more than one of the others.
Well, because he said, you can find them for up to $100,000 and $150,000, but none of them are custom built like this. So.
This turntable vacuum sucked the record down to the turntable. So it sucked the album into the turntable, which weighs 15 pounds because it was made out of lead by a scientific instrument company that only makes them for electron microscopes or something like that. So one of the parables with this, by the way, did you see his family?
No.
Well, his son.
His son was the other guy.
One guy was the son, right? One of the guys was the son.
And then he mentioned wife almost at the end.
Right. Mentions the wife.
Yeah.
And you see the pictures of the daughters, right? Because he had some at the very end of it. I think the last 5 minutes mentions his family. Well, the interesting thing about Ken Fritz outside of that, by the way, the system was between $1 and $1.2 million. That's just for the electronics.
I thought he mentioned you can spend he alluded to spending $1.75 million.
Yeah, you got to remember that didn't count the number I came up with, and what's been printed doesn't count the building because he built the building for it, and the building was built like a hurricane building.
Yeah,
So
they talked about 12-inch block that's filled. You got the rebar, and that's filled.
Yeah, he said he builds it just like you would build a commercial building in Florida to withstand hurricanes on the coast. That's kind of what was said. Well, the reason why his family wasn't there, and the reason why you didn't hear a lot of commentary from them is, his wife actually drank herself crazy and wound up leaving him because of being ignored. At one point, he said he was going to go in town when he would put on Swan Lake, which was his favorite concerto or opera, not opera, his favorite a piece of music, that she used to call it Pig Pond because she got so disgusted with the system, wound up leaving him. His son was disowned by him, and on his death day, his wife, his current wife, the one who married him, and after his wife left him, tried to get him to take the call from his son, Kurt. He mentioned Kurt, help him build, and actually Kurt was in one of the photographs.
Yeah, he helped put in the floors.
Yeah, they were no longer speaking, and the reason why is because Ken thought he was entitled when he asked for something from his grandfather's estate. He said, I don't care if it was a monkey wrench, the way you asked for it wasn't right. When you read about this guy, the Washington Post did a gigantic story on him. That is a brilliant read, by the way. And the other one that I saw was from stereophile.com, and it said, what price perfection? And then when you start reading it, you realize what this guy did. He spent his entire life building something that he enjoyed for 3 years because he didn't finish it until he was 76 years old. He's been dead for 2 years now. He died at 80, and he got ALS. So I took a lot of parables from this story that maybe, I don't know, but I looked at this like, when you find something that you think you want so bad, it is the greatest, for me, this was a really beautiful illustration of be careful what you wish for kind of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
This guy went out of his life and he thought that all his answers were going to happen. He built this stereo and it wound up alienating his family. Matter of fact, his sons weren't at his funeral. And I think only his daughters and their husbands were, and only 2 of them.
Wow.
They said that the kids said they were worked like slave labor, and the reason their friends would never come over is because the minute the friends would walk in, he would try to put them to work in the wood shop to help him build the stereo system. He goes, we never went on vacation. We never did anything. He goes, I think in all my years with Ken Fritz as my dad, while he was obsessed with this thing, we went on 2 camping trips, never a vacation. All we did was work. And he
had money. Because obviously to put this much, a couple million into
he was a very successful
project.
He had a plastic mold company.
Okay.
And he would make things he would make molds for companies that wanted to create something over and over again with a plastic mold. Because he talks about a sink in the workshop.
Right.
He made the mold that created that sink. But he was a workaholic. He was focused on the point. And he actually, on his deathbed, said that he regretted how he fathered, but did not regret building the system, had no regrets whatsoever, and his son was de-inherited, so he got no money from his estate, and really it wound up being a bit of a mess. Guess how much they sold the system for?
Oh, this is going to be the slap to him for the other side.
Okay, they initially wanted to find a buyer for the house that had the stereo, and they thought they had somebody who was a friend of Ken's that they thought, but he and the wife both backed out, and they couldn't find a buyer. One of the reasons is because he made a lot of that stuff. And in the audiophile world, and I did not know this, having someone else's equipment is a big no-no because it doesn't really fit what you want to do, right? The other thing is this. When a professional audio tech came in to assert what was worth anything or whatever, they listened to it, and the guy said, look, man, the best sounding system in the world is so subjective. Some people like lows, some people like more highs or mids or whatever. It's so subjective. But he goes, in reality, it wasn't the best system I've ever heard. How much do you think that $1.2 million system wound up selling for when all broken apart?
$100,000. Less. Go under.
$250,000.
$159,000. $159,000.
And you said, well, how much?
Somebody bought. They
Sorry,
estimated.
I got to take that.
They estimated each one of these speakers, these tower speakers that you see in the video, right? Which you can see at JimColbertLive.com.
Were they over 9 feet?
Yeah.
9 feet tall.
Yeah.
They said that most houses could not accommodate the speakers because most houses have 8 foot ceilings. But if you're buying a system that's like that, trust me, your house doesn't have 8 foot ceilings. All 3 of those speakers estimated to be worth between $30,000 and $60,000 a piece with craftsmanship and the equipment that's in them. All 3 of them sold for $10,600.
And that was the one thing at the beginning of the video he said he did not want. He did not want the system
to be pieced up,
parceled.
Yep, and it was exactly that.
And that's exactly how it ended.
The turntable went for $15,000.
Oh my God.
Sure enough. Absolutely. Hours to complete. They said that it took 5,400 hours to complete. 5,400 hours to complete. And it is a really interesting story. There is a Washington Post piece on it if you want to read it. It's called, "He Spent His Life Building a $1 million Stereo. The Real Cost Was Unfathomable."
Yeah, seriously.
Because of what it cost him personally to achieve this. But he was unrepentant, by the way, toward the end. Even when he lost his ability to pick records up with ALS, and as it encroached on his life, he actually even designed a suction cup invention thing that would hold the record for him so that he could put it on the turntable. You know why? He wouldn't listen to any record that anybody else put on his system. He was that guy. From the 3 minutes into
Spectrum?
this. Yeah.
Do you think?
No, 3 minutes into this, I looked at this guy and I said, that guy's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I included this is like, that guy is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Who would want to be married to that? Who would want that as a dad? That it seemed obsessive from like the opening 3 minutes to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because what we're talking about is not what it was about, but it was something that was revealed about him. But do you think he was on the spectrum?
Oh, I do not think he was on the spectrum. I
No.
just think he had a very obsessive, and I've known a guy like this before, a very obsessive, singularly focused, very selfish mentality is exactly what it was. His wants are all that really mattered. We'll take a little break. We'll come back and find out what Deborah has for us. By the way, if you want to check this out, it's called One Man's Dream, the story of Ken Fritz. He built what he thought was the most expensive and best stereo system in the world. It's 58 minutes or so. Pretty interesting. The follow-up story is on the Washington Post, and it's also fun as well. He died in 2022 of ALS, and his life after the stereo really was a mess. And a very interesting story. So check that out. We'll take a little break, come back and find out what Deb has to offer for What You Do That's New next week. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
Brought to you by Glenn Clausman, KLAUSMANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Clausman, ClausmanLaw.com.
Bye.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law, ClausmanLaw.com.
Slow traffic continues this afternoon on I-4 in the Orlando area, east and westbound between the Beach Line and 535. Still looking at a vehicle fire blocking the southbound right lane on Florida's Turnpike between Williams Road and Canoe Creek Road. A crash is causing heavy traffic on John Young Parkway at Deerfield Boulevard. If you see traffic problems this afternoon, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Store. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Offer ends 6/1. Visit staples.com/print for details. Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Man, here in Central Florida, you know it's going to be hot soon, and that's why you have to make your move right now to make sure your AC is ready for another Florida summer, a brutal Florida summer for me and for hundreds of Central Floridians, including Deb's mom and Ross and those guys. It's been Mills Air, 30 plus years of experience. Let them use that to make sure your AC doesn't quit this summer. That is important. These techs know this stuff inside and out. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. They are going to get it running perfectly, and the preventive maintenance plan is the way to go. It's a tune-up for your AC system to make sure it does not quit. Plus, these guys are Carrier Factory authorized dealers, and that means if you need a new AC, they can get you possibly up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today and schedule that appointment right now. 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-10-MINUTE.
At International Diamond Center, their diamonds don't just sparkle, they come to life.
The diamond doesn't smile at you, don't buy it. The diamond's got to talk to you.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says the reason his diamonds have this magical quality is because every diamond at IDC has passed through the highest possible quality control standards and chosen for maximum beauty.
You're seeing the brilliance and the scintillation. There's no obstruction in that diamond. There's no internal graining. There's no clouds. An IDC diamond is better because, pure and simple, we put the time, the effort of selecting only the best. Every diamond is going to be handpicked by us. We're looking for nothing but the top percent.
So there's never any cutting corners, no compromising, no settling for an okay diamond.
Let's be critical. Let's pick the best and deliver the best we can. We do all the hard work in the beginning.
Is that diamond you're about to buy just okay, or does it speak to you? Come to IDC and listen before you buy.
Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be on, where'd you get that diamond?
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Graham Class, host of Technically Speaking, an Intel podcast. Join me for Season 2 as we explore the future of technology evolving today. In each episode, I'll speak with the minds transforming medicine, healthcare, retail, entertainment, personal computing, and more with the help of AI. Join me every other Tuesday and explore the latest technology changing our world today and creating a more accessible tomorrow. Listen to Technically Speaking, an Intel podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
So I've heard of auto brewery syndrome before. There was another guy, I think in Ohio, that had a similar situation. He got off of a DUI because of it. But also, for those of you that don't know on the alcohol production, essentially I'm going to quote Sam Calagione from Dogfish Head. Yeast eats sugar, burps CO2, and poops alcohol.
Yep.
So living organism that gives us all our happiness.
Oh,
alcohol.
Sweet alcohol.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
Michael P. Hey,
We got to figure out a way to bottle up this mold this guy was exposed to and sell it. We could be billionaires, man. Billionaires.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a great day, guys.
All right,
Bye.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Still talking to the talkbacks.
I love it. I love talking to them. They can't talk back. That's my favorite part.
But they do, and that's the whole idea of it.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, it's in the name.
No, it doesn't matter, Jack. I love it. I talk to them so they can't talk back to me. They just power through. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Bills is your 4 o'clock keyword, BILLS. Go over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Bills. That's it. That will win you $1,000 if you are savvy and smart.
Yeah, let's get another winner.
Very nice. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Deb, what do you have for us for next week for What'd You Do That's New?
Okay, well, in honor of Earth Day yesterday, now I know previously I had recommended my Octopus teacher as one of my What'd You Do That's New.
And that was
Very good.
great.
And incredible, actually.
Oh, man, you guys, get ready. Because the Secrets of the Octopus debuted last night, or I believe may have even been Sunday night on Nat Geo.
Yes.
And I watched the first episode last night called Shapeshifters. If you thought octopus were cool before you watched this, they're just so incredibly, their ability to camouflage, their ability to feel with those 200 suckers on each 8 arms, the ability to trust a creature that they don't see in their ocean world. It's 38 minutes long, 30 seconds long. So, episode 1.
Okay.
Shapeshifters.
There you go. I'll watch it. Listen, is it a series? Because I'll watch all of them. I think octopus are the most fascinating animal on the planet.
And this just amps up what you already thought you knew to the next degree.
Where are they on the animal like wisdom scale? Like when
considered
it comes
one of the most intelligent, and they're finding out that their intelligence is even exceeding what we had anticipated before, like the ability to use tools.
Maybe they're aliens.
Discarded shells on the ocean floor. They'll lay in one and then cover themselves with the other one to protect themselves from predators.
It's weird, but they never get considered. Like I'm looking at the most the smartest animals. And, chimps, orangutans, parrots, rats, crows, dolphins, elephants, we know all those. Even raccoons are very smart. But, I mean, it seems to me that octopus are even smarter than them because of their ability to solve problems. I mean, there was one that got out of a bottle from the inside. It learned how to unscrew the cap from inside. Their ability to mask, to recognize people and things. It just seems like they should be considered in this or not.
I think all the testing that they do is land-based.
Yeah, and I think
dolphins.
They are starting now, because, dolphins, that's part of the trade and the shows and such. Octopus is not the same.
Right.
And they talk about the fact that, they're the most alien-looking creature on the planet, right? They have blue blood, no bones.
Right.
And yet, the researchers that have spent in this particular documentary 15 years, I didn't realize that there's a day octopus. Never heard of a day octopus.
A day octopus?
You're going to learn a lot about a day octopus and just how many times an hour they camouflage themselves.
Really?
And ask yourself, us being the apex predator on the planet, if you know of anyone who can do 170 plus changes an hour to protect themselves from predators. So it's a really fascinating 38 minutes. I believe there's a full 3 episodes. This is episode number 1, Shapeshifters. Hopefully you will like it enough like I did and continue to watch the rest of the series.
It says they have large brains. About 2/3 of their neurons are in their arms. Each arm has its own mini brain, which allows them to complete tasks quickly and effectively. They're only among a few invertebrates to use tools. They've been observed collecting coconut shells to build shelters. So, pretty cool stuff. We'll check that out. They can actually navigate mazes as well.
And they also say that being touched by one of their suckers has the same sensitivity as if you touch someone with, there were 3 items, I only remember 2, your fingertip, your lips, and something else. That's how sensitive those suckers are. They can tell what you've eaten, what lotions, if you drink, if you smoke.
Really?
They can tell all of that stuff with those 200 individual suckers that are on each one of those 8 arms.
And if nothing else, it's a show title, Touched by a Sucker.
I love you, Jack Bradshaw.
Let's go.
Jack has that tattoo.
Yeah, give yourself the bell, my friend.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Speaking of tattoos, what?
I did want to let you know that, yes, there's 3 episodes in this one, right? So you're going to start off with shapeshifters, then it's masterminds, and then social networkers.
All right, very good. So, I mean, we can check out that first one and decide whether or not we want to move forward.
Yep, there you go. Hope you like it.
Thank you. I love animal stuff. Like, I love it. It's just easy to watch, low impact. Yeah, I don't have to worry about getting emotionally tied to it.
Well,
that's a joke.
Okay, I was going to say, you're going to...
Yeah, because that my octopus teacher, if you don't react to that emotionally, buddy, you might want to book a therapist.
Right, exactly.
Because that thing will tie you up in a hurry.
It will.
All right, so we talked about tattoo artists beginning of the show. That's San Diego. This tattoo artist in San Diego wrote a little piece that said, I've noticed a little something. That there are a lot of tattoos that are coming in to cover them up. And I thought why was super interesting. And I wonder if other people out there listening to the program have ever done that. Now, what is the number one reason for a tattoo cover-up?
You broke up.
That's it, right? You get a girl or a guy's name on your body. You guys break up. You go in there. You do a tattoo over it. You do a drawing that they can combine that into that makes it look natural and covers that up.
Unless you put mom on there, you're going to have to figure out a redesign.
Exactly. But this one was completely different. I'll give you an example. It had to do with an era of entertainment about 15 years back. And they say that this guy says this is the number one, this particular entity and stuff around it is the number one tattoo that he covers up. But it isn't because they don't like the tattoo. It has nothing to do with the tattoo or the content of the tattoo. Okay, maybe even 15 years ago, what was the biggest thing in entertainment? Think about it.
Reality show? No.
No.
Lost?
No.
Breaking Bad?
15 years ago, maybe a little bit long.
Sopranos?
A little bit far back, but not that far back. Maybe 10 years ago.
Jersey Shore?
No. Let's just say it's represented here in Orlando very well. People come from all over. People come from all over to experience this.
Oh.
No. Harry Potter.
Oh.
So he's noticed that people that got Harry Potter tattoos, and there were tons of them, by the way, because it had how many movies?
7 books, right?
7 books,
8 movies.
So 7 books, 8 movies, because they broke one up into 2 pieces, right?
Yeah.
And they say that men and women are coming in, and they're getting their Harry Potter tattoos covered up. Now, it could be any little thing. Anything from Harry Potter, your favorite, a symbol or whatever. There are a number of them that they had.
So they say they're Gryffindor, and then later in life they're Ravenclaw.
Whatever the case may be, right?
Or is it a backlash against J.K. Rowling?
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Dong it up, my friend.
That is the answer.
The transgender issue.
People are coming in, and although they love Harry Potter, although they loved everything about the program.
That's Catholic.
Everything about it. When J.K. Rowling started coming out and had her relatively, her unabashed opinion on the transgender community, which she still kind of doubles down on to this day.
She does, yeah.
That a lot of those people who disagree with her personally about the transgender issue are taking it upon themselves to cover up tattoos of Harry Potter because they don't want to support her in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
And have you guys heard of that before? Have you heard of any?
I've heard of the backlash.
Yeah, but I understand that. What I'm saying is, have you ever heard anybody that covered up an entertainment tattoo because they didn't like something the director said or what an actor did after the case or something like that? This is the first phenomenon I've heard of this. When somebody altered their body and then re-altered it, not because they didn't like the tattoo, it could have been beautiful. They simply didn't want to support the person that created the art that they used to put the tattoo on.
Yeah, I get it. People get tattoos for a myriad of different reasons, and you're going entertainment based. What you find entertaining at the time, will your taste change?
Do you think
that is something they connected with at an age and thought they would take that with them forever? But it's like separating the art from the artist. We have this argument all the time.
Is that what I'm saying? Is that something that you could do? Could you separate that? Like, if you had a Harry Potter tattoo, you bought all the books, you were that was part of your lifestyle. I mean, would you be compelled to cover that up because of this one stance that the author takes? It has nothing to do with
I would not.
It has nothing to do with the art.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the stories. She's still the author of the stories. They still came from her brain.
Well, I wonder if they're part of the LGBTQ plus community more so than any others that are having them altered.
Well, Texter points out, let's say it's 1992. You get, you're a huge Buffalo Bills fan, and you get, Buffalo Bills with the number 32 on it. Do you do? What do you do?
OJ.
That's OJ, baby.
Ooh.
Now what do you do?
But that's the point. Like, here's the thing. You could still appreciate OJ's athletic ability.
Yeah, but do you want to have to explain that you can still appreciate OJ's athletic ability every time someone sees your tattoo?
You could be like, come on, he was a good running back. One of the greatest.
It'd be like me getting Favre. Listen, it wasn't welfare money. He paid it back. It was for volleyball.
Right. He only showed it once. He only takes one picture of it.
And he shouldn't have.
Right, he shouldn't have. God, I don't know. It'd have to be something pretty extreme. I think that the OJ thing is a very good point.
That is a very good. Just like, so many of your favorite stars that, if you were a Diddy fan, Bill Cosby.
Diddy, yeah. What's the other one? The guy who pees on girls.
Kelly.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
The guy who pees on girls.
Isn't that's
See,
the word?
for me, it's the pee in the bucket I remember him for.
I have a hard time remembering the guy's name.
That was Bieber who peed in the bucket.
Yeah. The mop bucket.
Yeah, the mop bucket.
He had his girls. They couldn't leave the room. R. Kelly's girls had to pee in the buckets.
Oh, man.
Chris Brown, Woody Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Mel
Let me tell you
Gibson.
what.
Oh, my God.
That's a tough one when I...
Nobody has a tat of Hitler douchebag.
Oh, you want to bet?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll take that back. I forget where we are.
I've seen those torch-carrying Izod wearing shirts from from Virginia, wherever that was.
Those yellow and black ones? Yeah, we know.
We will not be replaced.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, we know you're not a fan of DeWalt. we know there's something else brewing in there.
Yeah, it's like wearing FUBUs to a white supremacist rally.
You sing Heil every time you hammer a nail, son. We know.
Yeah, no, that is...
I couldn't think, like, if there was a band that I liked, I'd be like, oh, no, I can't do that anymore.
What if you got Tool, 46 and 2 tattooed somewhere in your body?
Oh, yeah, no. I'm not gonna
or sober.
God, no. God, couldn't do that. The needle wouldn't go in.
Actually, just prison sex, and it could be a tramp stamp for you.
Oh, stink fist. That's got to be it, man. Stink fist. Go with it.
People are now listening are like, who is this band he likes?
I love them, too.
Is this all they sing about?
Stink fist, prison sex.
Is backdoor penetration? Is that what they're all about?
And by the way, just to kind of sweeten the pot, if you want to hear another really funny tattoo story, we're going to have that coming up during You Heard It Here First.
Oh, yeah?
Our end of the show news segment.
Man.
Interesting with what some people are covering their old tattoos with.
Really? Do you think people, is it weird? Do you think people get a lot of religious iconography? What's the word there?
Jack, get it ready.
Is it? I think it is iconography, is it not?
I don't believe that's a
No,
word.
I don't
I'm
know.
going to look it up.
God, I hope it is. Jack will have to give me 2 dings if it is.
Oh, did you hear that threat?
I hear it.
2 dings.
Mm-hmm.
God, what is that word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but let's enter iconotry and see what happens.
That's not it. I know it's not it.
Iconotry.
Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Iconotry. Iconotry. The worship of icons. There you go. I missed an L.
You missed a whole lot.
So what's the real way to say it?
It's iconotry.
Iconotry.
Yeah, iconotry.
I would have given him a buzzer on that too.
Well, you sure it's not iconolatry?
Yeah, it's iconolatry. That's
Are you
it.
sure? Which one is it, Jimmy?
It's iconolatry.
Deb,
Thank you.
Jim.
There's not even that many syllables. I can count them right here. It's 5.
That's relying
That was
to us.
way over. Way over. And you're killing Deborah.
That's for being confident when you shouldn't have been.
Thank you, Ted.
You're so welcome, Jack. Thank you.
I'm tired of this segment already. Sorry I brought this up. 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. On this day, something happened, and it was monumental. And I'll tell you what that is next.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. We don't need no education. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast. And the rest of today will feature plenty of sunshine and really nice temperatures. Despite cooler temperatures this morning, we'll expect highs to bounce back into the upper 70s and low 80s this afternoon with a high of 80 degrees in Orlando. Some upper level clouds will give way to a filtered sunshine look at times, but otherwise we stay rain free through the end of the week with highs approaching the upper 80s by Thursday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Guys, let me tell you something. If you're looking for a reason to get over to Life Imaging FLA, don't look for one at all. Just get over there and get your scan to make sure that you're fine. Here's the problem. You think everything's cool, but Jack will tell you, we've had people come up to us at personal events and tell us, hey, man, thank you so much for turning us on to Life Imaging FLA. We went in thinking that my husband had a problem. It turned out my husband was fine. I'm the one that had a problem. And a lot of those people actually wound up in surgery just a few weeks later to cure problems that they had with their heart and heart issues. It is so bad, guys. I'm going to tell you this. When you get into that really serious heart disease, 30% of those situations, 30% of them, the very first symptom you get is sudden death. It is time to be a hero. Finally tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA. And if you do have a family member you think that could benefit from Life Imaging FLA, you got to get them over there for that free heart scan. No dyes or injections. You don't have to take off your clothes. This entire thing only takes a few minutes. Do not wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value while you're there. Ask about their cancer screening as well. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make this the year you take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto text message from iHeartMedia.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind. Dude, I'm behind you. I can see you texting on your phone. Put the phone down. You know it's a crime. In the state of Florida, it's actually a misdemeanor to get caught texting on your phone. I know you're going to claim you weren't, but either TikToking, Facebook, texting, I don't know what you're doing. But when you get home and you want to see a good TikTok, go to Kaufman Lind. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell. Office Orlando.
Hi, everybody. It's Savannah Guthrie here with Hoda Kotb from the Today Show.
You know that saying, you learn something new every day? Well, it is so true.
Yes, every morning on Today, it's those little tips that can help save you time and improve your day.
From the simplest ways to save money right now to incredible kitchen and cleaning hacks that you never knew existed. Just remember,
see it, hear it, learn it on Today.
Oh, that's genius. You just saved me $40.
Every morning, right here on NBC.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I'm concerned about my water heater.
If your concern is of a serious nature, press 1. If it's more of a frivolous matter, press 2.
Doesn't even make sense.
Just press 1 or 2.
Fine.
Fine. What are you so concerned about?
My water heater's like 15 years old, and I'm worried it might...
Oh, this is exciting. Has it burst yet?
Well, no, but...
Only a matter of time. Hey, everyone, 15-year-old water heater, place your bets.
Are you laying odds on when my tank will fail?
Have to make this call interesting somehow.
This would never happen at Frank Gay.
True enough. So, $10 buy-in. What's your guess?
Guess I should have called Frank Gay.
When you need a new water heater, it's no time to gamble. You want your problem fixed fast before it turns into a bigger one. That's the Frank Gay way.
I've got a side bet he'll hang up and call Frank Gay in 3, 2, I win!
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of a girl. I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Mills Air and Business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search gym members and join our group.
If I'm not wrong, there was a woman that got pulled over who found out she had ABS because when she blew the breathalyzer, she ended up having enough for a DWI, not a DUI.
Oh, well, driving while intoxicated and driving under the influence are the same thing, are they not?
I thought they were. When I was in driver's ed in Jersey, it was DWI at the time, and then I think most places converted it to DUI. But
yeah.
Maybe in some places it's a more serious charge, DWI over DUI.
Well, DWI is, intoxicated means in any way, shape, or form. I thought they did under the influence to cover other.
Yeah, it's a little broader.
Yeah, more than just alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought it just depended on the state, which acronym they used.
Yeah, right.
But like in Florida, as far as I'm aware of, you could be 0.3 and it's still going to be a DUI.
Yeah, it's not very much. The tolerance level is not very much in this state for
No.
sure. I mean, it's like 1.5 beers per hour or something like that. And depending on your body weight, can get you in a bad way. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Got about 10 minutes left for your keyword bills, BILLS. Of course, at the top of the hour, we'll have a freshie for you.
Freshie.
There you go. But until then.
Sorry, I was watching the news with the gentleman who testified at the former president's trial today, Packer.
But until then, bills is your 4 o'clock keyword. Again, go to realradio.fm and send that out for your chance at $1,000. Guys, if you want to leave us a talk back, you can do that as well.
Yeah.
It's free. Get the iHeartRadio app. Use a little microphone when you go to Real Radio to send it on down the line. Jack will get it up and ready to go.
Just make sure your windows are up, your radio is down.
You know, I just looked out the window, and although when I came in this morning, it really wasn't that bad. I was in a little bit early today, but man, it's awful out there right now. Is it everywhere like this right now?
Well, mainly here in Central Florida, from what I had seen on the weather forecast at noon before I had come into work, there's a prescribed burn because, getting ready for Florida's wildfire season, just east of Geneva. But the way the wind pattern is it's pushing all that smoke here into downtown. And you're not kidding, Jimmy.
It is.
Someone had texted earlier and said that downtown Orlando looks like L.A. with all the smog in the air today. But it is really, really smoky, enough for you to smell the smoke and to burn your eyes and your throat a little bit.
It's kind of weird because of the color of the smoke, and it mixes with the sunshine that's kind of coming through. You have this weird mauve smog.
This weird orangey glow.
Like a mauve smog.
Here?
Yeah. If you look out right now, you can
Seriously, dude.
Look outside real quick. Yeah, it's everywhere. Everybody's dealing with it. I bet the air quality is going to be pretty bad today.
It is.
See it, Jack? Oh, he turned his mic off. Oh, hey, Dodo.
I don't know if he's...
Because I wanted to hear you guys.
Yeah.
When I walk through the window.
Maybe not so much a Dodo. Yeah, you see it, though?
Yeah.
Pretty soupy out there.
Yeah.
Soupy. Yeah, look toward the other side. If you look at the
bigger window out here, you can really see it just hanging in the air.
And the horizon there is pretty bad. All right, on this day, big thing happened, April 23rd. Let's see, this happened in 2005. And this is a tech thing. 2005. And now this particular tech thing is one of the biggest tech things on the planet.
Well, it's not the smartphone.
It's not the smartphone. Because that was in the 90s, right?
Not smartphone.
2008 was smartphone,
iPhone
wasn't it?
2007, yeah.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2005 technology is now the biggest thing.
And although this is available on the phone, when this first started, it was not on the phone.
GPS?
No.
YouTube.
YouTube's the answer.
Nice.
On this day in 2005, the very first YouTube video was loaded onto the platform.
And
do you guys remember what it was?
The zoo, the guy at the zoo.
The guy at the zoo.
The guy at the zoo.
Yeah, he was at the zoo. The founder, one of the co-founders, Jawed Karam, was standing in front of an elephant enclosure at the San Diego Zoo, and he put that video up. That's the very first video to ever be loaded onto YouTube.
And it's so funny because when that platform first started, I saw so little use of it for me personally. Like, maybe I'll check it out. It depends on the video. Now,
oh my God,
I go there for my music, for music videos, for documentaries,
although it's not considered a social media app like by me because it doesn't have the telltale signs of a social media app as I know it, it's like Snapchat or Instagram or anything like that. It is considered a social media app, and I think I don't know that it's got to be one of the most powerful entities in entertainment, does it not?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's gigantic, but now Google owns it, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, think about of all the apps, you have Facebook that was huge. You have Instagram that was huge. You have TikTok, you have Twitter, but none of them have come up with their own TV channel. I mean, you have what started off as a social media app, which now people will say, oh, I don't stream Hulu, I do YouTube TV.
Right, that's all my kids watch. All my son does is watch YouTube. I think your daughters are the same way, are they not?
Yes, YouTube, but that's different. YouTube TV is different. YouTube TV is basically a streaming
deal,
TV
right?
service, just like cable television was, same channels, but you're just delivered over the internet. That's YouTube TV.
Yeah.
But just YouTube in and of itself has become a replacement, definitely, for younger generations on getting their media and video consumption.
And as well, like Chris being a big wrestling fan, for those old school wrestling fans, remember
That's your
the
fiance.
name? My fiance, Jim Cornette.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he does these podcast episodes, and the only way we get them is by watching YouTube.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm always, personally, I am on YouTube every single day.
Yeah, that's exactly all they wanted. Is they wanted a place to store and put their videos and share their videos with other friends and stuff. And that's basically how it started, just a necessity thing.
Why do you think you don't view YouTube as a social media platform?
Because it doesn't. Because for me, social media is people interacting with each other. And YouTube, as I use it, is me interacting with the app.
But
and
really,
not with other people. Now, I know on our stream, that's happening as we speak. People are interacting with the show and with each other on our YouTube chat as we speak.
But even on videos you post, there's comments that you can go back and you can interact with and stuff. People can thumbs up. They can like it.
Do you do that? Do you look at the comments in YouTube videos when you watch them?
I do.
Usually not.
I do not.
However,
I do.
You use YouTube the same way you use TikTok.
Kinda, Jack.
Because you don't post on TikTok.
Well, you're just a voyeur.
You just watch videos and scroll through.
I do not post on YouTube.
But that's no doubt a social media platform, right?
There's no doubt it is because there is communication, but I don't know that. Do you think most people think YouTube as a social media platform, or do you think they think of it as a platform just to watch stuff? I mean, you think people are, other than content creators, do you believe they look at it like that?
I think they do because for content creators, like from YouTube University, some of the artists that I follow for tutorials definitely give a thumbs up, subscribe, give them a like. It makes a difference to their bottom line. It makes a difference to the content that you're going to see.
Yeah, I mean, and again, my thing is
I use it for everything.
I mean, again, if you like anything from the past, like old skateboarding videos from people I grew up watching skateboarding videos, you can go back and relive your past and kind of go through your childhood by watching old commercials or
70s
Conjunction Junction or the old TV shows, entire episodes, entire Rockford Files, or any of that stuff you want to watch from your childhood. You can dial it right up on YouTube.
How to rebuild a carb on an Echo 225 Edger.
Yeah,
Boom,
exactly.
You can do it. Or Weed Whacker.
I did that very thing for the carb kit for my riding lawnmower using YouTube. So,
my mom did the same thing to fix her dryer.
That's how I fixed my dryer.
Exactly. She went to YouTube University.
It's the greatest.
And I just love it, too, because it introduces you to stuff that you've never seen before. One of the What'd You Do That's New that I had assigned that I just stumbled across on YouTube was Mini Room in the Wall, with this young Japanese artist who builds these unbelievable miniatures behind the switch plates that are on the baseboards. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
And some 3D printing stuff that I never would have been exposed to if I hadn't just stumbled down that YouTube wormhole. It's so easy to do.
I mean, the video I gave you guys today.
Yeah, exactly.
It was on YouTube. Matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that we use for What'd You Do That's New is just sourced from YouTube because, people upload it. And the good thing about YouTube is it's free.
And it's fascinating.
I've never paid to watch anything on YouTube. I don't have YouTube TV. That's a subscription program, right?
Yeah, I did for a few months in the beginning days of it, and then the price just started creeping up, and it was like, well, this is why I left cable TV.
Right, exactly.
yeah.
So I was like,
kind of what you're at
bye-bye.
now. Right, yeah. See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
All right, 407-916-1041. Got another keyword for you coming at the top of the hour.
Freshie.
And I'll tell you this. This is the headline.
What's the headline?
A dentist shares 3 occasions when you should not brush your teeth.
Oh, is one of them when you're drunk?
Maybe.
Oh, I'm definitely saying
Jack is getting the dong.
These are 3 times when a dentist says, do not brush your teeth. One's going to be shocking, and one's going to be really shocking. I'll tell you what that is next.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Looking at delays east and westbound today on I-4 in the Orlando area for those traveling by the major attractions exits as well as through downtown. Delays still reported southbound on the turnpike due to a vehicle fire that is still blocking the right lane between Williams Road and Canoe Creek Road. If you see other problems on the roadways today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
It's time to get pre-approved so you don't miss the party this summer at your new pool home. That mortgage guy, Don, offers HELOCs, home equity lines of credit, and second mortgages to cash out equity without touching your first mortgage so you can finally get that pool project underway or create a cool backyard that's perfect for entertaining. And it's so easy to apply now at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Let Don and his team send you a quote. And if you already have a quote on a refinance, purchase, or a HELOC, let Don review your quote today. That means it's peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Not to brag, but I've been crushing it lately. And all credit goes to frozen drinks from McDonald's. Clean my apartment while crushing an ice-cold Oreo frappe. Love that chocolate flavor. Hint of coffee and Oreo cookie pieces. Crush work in overtime thanks to a drizzly caramel frappe. Even fix my own car while crushing a creamy mocha frappe. Start crushing it yourself with a delicious, refreshing frappe from Mickey D's. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's for a limited time, Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Spring is here, and Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need for your lawn and garden this season. Tools Ace Hardware's helpful associates have the answers to all of your lawn and garden questions, and they'll load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizers for you. Now through April 30th, all Cypress mulch is on sale. Get 4 bags for only $10. Also, check out the biggest sale ever from Steel Outdoor Power Equipment at Tools' 11 full-line Steel locations. Tools has 13 convenient locations, including the new store in Hamlin, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
Soul Man here. The legal limit in Florida is .08. At .3, you're likely dead. So the legal limit in Florida is .08, unless you have a CDL, at which point then it becomes .04.
Yeah.
.04.
Yeah.
Is the legal limit when you have a CDL, whether you're driving for work or you're driving a personal vehicle for personal reasons. It's still .04 if you have a CDL.
Yeah, I remember my dad telling me that. Dad was a commercial driver for many, many years, truck driver for many years for a gigantic company. And he would not, if he had to drive within a day and a half, he wouldn't drink. He was horrified of having that happen. Very responsible, but he wouldn't drink even a little bit. I just knew that it was not good. And
one beer.
Yeah, the limits were not good. Yeah. I don't think it's that, maybe even.
Half.
407-916-1041. Your 5 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Go to realradio.fm, send that off for your chance at $1,000. Check is your 5 o'clock keyword, guys. Good luck. Hope you win. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this dentist went viral because he said, hey, look, these are 3 times you should never brush your teeth. Now, a dentist, if you think about it, would never tell you, hey, look, don't brush your teeth. unless there was an absolute reason. So you probably need to factor that in when you fashion your guesses.
Okay, now going back to what I said before to the break, maybe it's if you are impaired under the influence because you could do damage like jam that toothbrush in your gums, and man, does that hurt.
No, that I kind of tease you a little bit. Being drunk has nothing to do with any of this.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, after dental surgery.
No, that's not one. I mean, I think those are obvious, but this is like everyday stuff.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah,
every
day.
day.
This is not a special time, not after a dentist, not after anything. This is everyday life. 3 times you should never brush your teeth
before you're about to drink orange juice.
After.
That's a great guess. What did you say?
I said after because of the acid already eroding a little bit of your enamel. You don't want to have the toothbrush come in there and take any more of it off.
There's one of them. So what they don't want you to do is exactly what Deb said. When you drink anything acidic, soda, apple or juices of any sort, specifically like orange juice, anything like that, what they want you to do is they want you to drink water, and then after that, they want you to wait a little bit so that you have enough saliva in your mouth to wash away the acid, because what happens is you start brushing the acids that start breaking down the enamel on your teeth. So if you're scrubbing that around, you're really helping your teeth. You're helping the sugars
enamel.
and the acid lose enamel in your teeth. So that's one.
Okay.
After drinking acidic drinks or sugary drinks.
Is the other one like after vomiting because of the stomach acid?
That's another good one.
And that's an answer.
Yay! Do not dare. Good.
By the way, this is the one that made this go viral. By the way, this clip went viral because a dentist said, "Whatever you do, don't brush your teeth after you throw up." Because what's the number one thing you want to do?
Get rid of that taste.
You want to get rid of that taste. You want to get that out of your mouth. You want to get some mint or something in there so you don't have to taste that vomit. Now, this doesn't. The reason I kind of paused on Jack's answer is because a lot of times when you're throwing up, maybe you drank a little too much, got a little sick, and threw up. That's why I kind of paused on the alcohol thing. But in reality, it doesn't matter why. Your stomach acid, and this is one of the reasons that bulimics have teeth problems. This is one of the ways that they used to be able to decide whether or not somebody was lying if they were bulimic. Because if you're making yourself throw up all the time, that stomach acid going past your teeth will eventually eat the enamel off your teeth, and they will rot away.
Yeah.
That was one of the telltale signs that somebody was like, hey, no, I'm not a bulimic. We're looking at your grill says you are.
But wouldn't Jack still be correct, though? Because alcohol, I would imagine, is...
By the time the alcohol is in your system and in your it really kind of
But
gets...
with the soda and everything on your teeth, it doesn't affect your teeth the same way, like...
It says here that this dentist said that throwing up was one of those occasions, telling viewers to avoid brushing straight away to avoid wearing away tooth enamel.
Oh.
And this one guy commented on this video, and he said, I would rather lose all my teeth than not brush my teeth after vomiting. And what they say here is this. It's exactly what the same reason as the juice. Once that stomach acid is around your teeth, the worst thing you could possibly do is take a brush and work it into the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
What they say is rinse. Have a glass of water, rinse with water, right? And then have, you ready? Sugar-free chewing gum or something like that to create a lot of saliva in your mouth that isn't creating acid. The sugar would not have acid in it. So they want you to create as much saliva and let that wash away for 30 to 60 minutes before you went in and brushed your teeth.
Wow, even more than the juice.
Even more than the juice.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. It says your enamel in your teeth can be actually worn away by your stomach's acidic contents if you choose to brush right after vomiting.
Well, didn't they say that your stomach acid, if just taken purely from your stomach, would burn a hole through carpeting?
Oh, yeah, man.
Because of how caustic it is?
Oh, yeah, it's really bad stuff. It's like it's no good at all. It says resist the urge to brush your teeth right after throwing up. May be difficult, but it's necessary. Also, brush your teeth. And there's one you didn't get. And it's funny that they mentioned this specific thing because it's not one of the others. It's not drinking juice and it's not throwing up.
Smoking?
No, but that's one of the things they said it's really bad for your teeth is smoking.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Oral pleasure.
That's not it.
Oh, you waited. That was a slow roll.
That's not it. A lot of women on the edge of their seats. Maybe dudes too. It says, it says, do not brush your teeth.
Give us a hint. Is it food related?
It is food related. It almost kind of gives it away.
Is it after eating candy?
Well, that's one of them. It's sweets or breakfast. And I wondered why breakfast so much, but I kind of think I figured it out.
Because of the sugar and a lot of breakfast?
In cereals, in syrups, and all the things that come with breakfast has a lot of sugar in it for some reason. Milk has sugar in it as well, but that's the eating, what they say, when you eat breakfast or when you have a snack, specifically, like I had some Reese's Cups a little bit earlier. Let's say I was going to brush my teeth. They say wait 30 minutes, and again, you want as much saliva around your teeth as possible or rinse them out with water before you brush your teeth. Brushing your teeth right after having a meal is not the way to go because, again, the acids in the sugars that you're consuming are now on your teeth, and they want you to wash that away with some water before you start scrubbing your teeth because you're really just kind of scrubbing that sugar and that acid from the meal into your teeth, which is not good. It says brushing too soon after you eat or drink something acidic can take the enamel off your teeth. Wait an hour to brush. During that time, your saliva washes away the acid and the enamel hardens again.
Funny, because haven't we always been told to brush directly after you eat? There was never any of these rules about not brushing after. The only reason why you wouldn't brush your teeth after drinking orange juice is because that's almost as disgusting tasting as having coffee after you've brushed your teeth.
Yeah, that and it has that electric kind of that electric thing that happens where you go. Yeah. And I found that the concentrate orange juices were worse than the ones that came in the containers.
Oh, yeah.
The ones you had to make where you
Minute Maid.
That bloop.
You grew up on Minute Maid as well from the freezer section.
That orange can turn?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I made
you pop one metal end off the
I made so much of that stuff. I used to like to lick the lid because you get
who
this
didn't?
super concentrated sugary orange goodness.
Texter brings up a point. So let's say you do one of these things. What about mouthwash? It says rinse with water, then wait. What about just going with Listerine or Scope or anything?
They don't want you doing any of that. Matter of fact, they say mouthwash is the last thing you should do. In other words, when you rinse your mouth, brush your teeth, then do mouthwash. Mouthwash after you brush your teeth.
Okay.
In situations like this.
Are you a mouthwash user?
I do not use mouthwash.
I do not either. Jack, do you use mouthwash?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't see the point for it, really.
Because here's the thing. It says, I remember all the Listerine commercials. Kills 98% of the bacteria.
And your face.
What it doesn't tell you is that bacteria is back in 3 seconds.
Right.
Because there are billions of little bacteria all through your mouth. You may kill them for a second, but trust me, they're not going anywhere.
Listerine killed mouthwash for me.
Yeah.
Because it was just so harsh.
I remember, and do you guys remember when your dentist office moved from Listerine into Scope or something like that because of the minty flavor? Because I remember they would give you that regular Listerine. You're like, who invented this?
I know.
What sadist came out with this product to tell you it was good for you? It was awful. Then they came out with mint Listerine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy is a genius.
Yeah.
And then they had Scope, and that seemed like candy.
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
All the old commercials, 4 out of 5 dentists agree.
Yeah.
I think Jim's survey, it's that one. They found that 5th dentist, and that did Jim's survey today.
Listen, can I tell you something? This guy caught hell for this, by the way.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
He's the one dentist.
The dentist caught hell for this because this thing went viral. People were like, wait a minute. And other dentists were like, wait a minute.
But that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought all of it made sense. Listen, man, I don't lie to my doctors. I tell them everything. I'm like, you tell me what to do. I follow yours. You went to school. I did not.
Well, not only that, once your enamel is gone, and I learned this from all the commercials,
right?
You can't grow it back.
You cannot.
There's no way to get it back. So just remember that viral challenge at the end of last year, people were using magic erasers.
Oh, God.
To get stains off of their teeth without realizing that they were literally scraping off the enamel from their teeth.
They deserve it.
Well, yeah.
They deserve to have a mouthful of dominoes after that.
Well, and they're going to be, because after you scrape off all that enamel, what's going to keep them from getting super stained now?
Oh, yeah. And then just rot away.
Why do they deserve it, Jimmy?
It says, I don't know,
why do they deserve it?
Because they're dumb.
They found it. So you didn't know until you found out it was bad
But
by
now I
someone
know.
telling you.
Now I know.
And now they know. So they take it back.
You should not going to. You should. How many times do you floss a day?
Floss?
Yeah,
Once a day.
Once a day. Floss
once a day.
Yeah.
I sometimes
Brush
2.
twice, floss once.
Sometimes 2. Drink plenty of water. They say there's fluoride in your community's tap water, so drinking that may help lower the risk of cavities.
Yeah, I would check that out if you're in Seminole.
Eat a healthy diet and limit sugary and food and drinks. Right?
Yeah, screw you.
Use mouthwash after brushing and flossing. After.
True, 100% true story. Last night, I'm flossing my teeth. true story, and I thought about what a horrible human being Jimmy is. This is true. How do you floss?
Weird flex.
How do I floss?
Yeah.
I have the little tools.
And that's why.
You wasteful?
No, what do you mean I'm wasteful? I use them like 5 times.
I opened up a brand new thing of floss, and I'm like, man, this stuff is expensive. And I'm like, thinking about it, it's all just coiled on there. And I get, a big piece, and you're only using the same section, but you need it to hold it.
I double it up.
Right?
That's why you're a bad person, because you're using more than you should.
Then I think, well, what's the alternative? You get one of those little plastic things. I'm like, Jimmy uses them.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, and all that plastic is just ending up in the ocean.
And all that plastic that you're using wrapped around your fingers to get tension is the same thing it takes to make that little violin. It's my little tooth, my little tooth violin.
Tooth bow.
But the other thing, too, is my tooth bows have that pointer thing where I can jam them in my gums and get all that other stuff out.
So
your stupid floss doesn't have that, does it?
One of my final thoughts before bed is what a horrible human being Jimmy was.
It says, get a new toothbrush every...
6 months.
No.
3 months.
Oh, don't give me that. Once a year.
It's 3 to 4 months.
All right.
It's supposed to be when you change...
It says your batteries in your
smoke detector.
Yeah,
your
good.
CO
I'm good
detector.
for a few more years then.
This guy died in a fire, but his teeth are beautiful. Replace it sooner if the bristles become worn down.
Yeah.
Do you use an electric one or you use a manual?
Manual.
Yeah.
Manual, but my dentist has told me you got to get the water pick.
You have not the water pick.
Well, they say water pick.
Was it 74?
No, they say
water pick is even better than flossing.
Because it really...
It hurts, though.
I've never used one, and the spray all over the bathroom would just bother me.
It hurts. My cousin had one back in the day, and all we did was squirt it at each other. It wasn't very effective that way. It says get a new toothbrush every 3 to 4 months. Replace it sooner if the bristles become worn down. Do not smoke or use other tobacco products. See a dentist regularly for cleanings and checkups.
I'm going to go have a cigarette while I ponder that.
Exactly. I got an appointment coming in May. I used to hate my dentist appointments. I like them now because I love the way my mouth feels.
Yeah, when you're done.
Oh, yeah. I feel like making out like crazy after that.
Oh, your wife must be thrilled.
Oh, she is. She goes, you got a dentist appointment this week? I'm on vacation. I'll see you later.
Yeah, why does she keep canceling your appointments?
All right, 407-916. You don't need to floss, Jim. You're fine. All right, your keyword is check, C-H-E-C-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Scott is up next from Edgewater Family Wealth. We'll do It's Only Money right after this.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
Third season premiere of The Morning Show on Apple TV and the series premiere of The Other Black Girl on Hulu.
I hope that's what it's called.
It's called that. Of course, why would I say that?
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound by the major attractions exits as well as through downtown. A vehicle fire blocks the southbound right lane on the turnpike between Williams Road and Canoe Creek Road. A serious crash has blocked all northbound lanes on Tradeport Drive between Post Office Boulevard and Express Street. Drivers can take Boggy Creek as an alternate route for the time being. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day. Find it in our YouTube chat. You go to YouTube, search Jim Colbert Show. In the chat, we post the poll. You vote. We talk about it at the end of the program. Brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. That's Brad Siebert, direct mortgage lender. They're not the banks. They're better than the banks because his sole focus is mortgages. Whether it's getting you the one for your new home, your next home, or maybe it's refinancing the home where you currently live. That's what he did for me several years ago. I went online to WeAreNotTheBanks.com, connected with Brad. He let me know everything I needed every step of the way, really simplifying what can be a complicated process. Got a great rate. It was fast, and I highly recommend that for your refi or even a new mortgage. Is this the year you're buying a new house? WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Get started today for all your mortgage needs. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
let me run it by my lawyer.
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings. All for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
Hi, everybody. It's Savannah Guthrie here with Hoda Kotb from The Today Show.
You know that saying, you learn something new every day? Well, it is so true.
Yes, every morning on Today, it's those little tips that can help save you time and improve your day.
From the simplest ways to save money right now to incredible kitchen and cleaning hacks that you never knew existed. Just remember,
see it, hear it, learn it on Today.
Oh, that's genius. You just saved me $40.
Every morning, right here on NBC.
Spring is here, and Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need for your lawn and garden this season. Tools Ace Hardware's helpful associates have the answers to all of your lawn and garden questions, and they'll load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizers for you. Now through April 30th, all Cypress mulch is on sale. Get 4 bags for only $10. Also, check out the biggest sale ever from Steel Outdoor Power Equipment at Tools' 11 full-line Steel locations. Tools has 13 convenient locations, including the new store in Hamlin. Or you can just shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Hi, I'm Graham Class, host of Technically Speaking, an Intel podcast. Join me for Season 2 as we explore the future of technology evolving today. In each episode, I'll speak with the minds transforming medicine, healthcare, retail, entertainment, personal computing, and more with the help of AI. Join me every other Tuesday and explore the latest technology changing our world today and creating a more accessible tomorrow. Listen to Technically Speaking, an Intel podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
I know they say that you can't repair your or get back your enamel, but how about the toothpaste that say they repair it? That's what I don't get.
My wife and her friend were in dentistry, and they used to play tricks on each other. They would eat Oreos before they went in for a cleaning just to piss each other off. That was, I mean, disgust. You can imagine, right? Yeah. Rinse, all this work. Oy vey.
That's an old Stephen Wright joke, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Wright said that he found a dental hygienist he really liked, so he'd eat an entire sleeve of Oreos before his appointment. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword, by the way, is check, CHECK. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Guys, it's just so important. If you are playing this game, if you are sending off keywords, keep your phone near you, turn it on, and when somebody calls and when you don't recognize the number, you still have to pick it up because that's how the company tells you you've won the money. So you have to pick up that phone, even if you don't recognize the number.
Take the chance.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Word.
Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Timberline.
Okay.
It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good and loud for our friend Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Look at this debonair SOB. Look at this guy.
Oh, yeah.
So smooth, so swarthy.
Swarthy?
Swarthy.
Oh, swarthy.
Swarthy.
I know.
That means you have a swag about you, a little swarthy.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's a
I've been
good
called
thing.
worse.
By better people, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
Scott Brown joins us every Tuesday around 5:20 or so to discuss, financial matters, ways that you can make your life a little bit easier, maybe save some money, get yourself in a better financial position. This is just advice from a 30-plus year, 35, 37 year. 37-year professional.
Wow.
Yeah. I started when I was 12.
Exactly right. How's your week been?
It's been good, man.
Yeah.
Today was a little,
weird.
A little weird today.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, you're talking about it a little bit.
Yeah. It was. I told you I keep hearing the Springsteen line. I'm tired and bored with myself playing in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but that's what I'm hearing. But I'm here now, and I'm very excited.
That's very good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
Let's get some business out of the way real quick. I was looking at the text you sent earlier that, kind of what we want to talk about today, and I noticed that all of our April events looks like they're all packed up.
Yeah, we do have, I was reminded by the team this morning that we do have 5 spots because some people moved to the May thing, which we'll talk about in a second. But so tomorrow's Roost Chris at 11 a.m. in Winter Park, we have 5 spots available.
Oh, good.
So if you want to come have lunch with us and learn a bit about finances and economics, in fact, tomorrow is going to be great because not only do we have Greg Rossler, who we always have, who's the Medicare expert that people seem to love.
Guy's a genius.
Yeah, you didn't say that about me, by the way.
Not to you, but I say it about you. I say it about you when you're not here.
I'll talk to you later about it.
Nice catch. Yeah, whatever. So then the other guy is Rob Kurtzrider, who's a real estate expert. Is going to talk about residential sales, commercial sales, kind of what he sees happening in the real estate market. And since many people's biggest investment ever is their home, I think that'll be something to listen to.
You know what? I think it's very important because, even with me buying this place, we're like, well, should we make a certain move because we don't know if the rate's going to go? All you hear on the news is the Fed's going to drop the rate over this year. It hasn't happened yet. Is that going to happen? Isn't going to happen? The cool thing about having a pro is they can kind of look at all the signs and give you an idea of where the market could be going based on the information they've had in the past.
Yeah, and the housing market surprisingly got a big bump this week. It picked up, sales picked up again. I think it's because supply is more available, and Rob's going to talk a lot about that tomorrow.
Very nice. And by the way, you can do this. It doesn't cost you a nickel. EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. You can book your seat. Now, again, not only do you get this information, you get free lunch, and there are no requirements. Just show up and try to learn something, and then you can go from there.
Yeah, and in fact, I think that part of the site is shut down because we had it full, and then we got these 5 spots open. So you can just email us at EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com.
Very nice. Very good. And we have some coming up in May we'll tell you about in just a little bit as well. Well, let's get right to it. It says here, products, mutual funds, annuities, ETFs, etc. Are they good or bad? Now, that seems like it's kind of a silly question because that's kind of what you deal in.
Yep.
So to even say that one of these could be bad is a little concerning. Why would any of those products be bad?
Well, they're not, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Is it's kind of a loaded question, right? Oftentimes you'll talk to somebody, and if you bring up a financial product, whether that be an ETF or a mutual fund or an annuity, oftentimes I'm surprised at the strong opinions. I hate annuities.
Right.
And then when you ask them why, they don't generally have a great reason. That's just their father hated annuities, their uncle hated annuities, and I'm not picking on annuities or promoting them.
Right.
What I'm saying is products are not by their very nature good or bad. They are things for you to use in certain circumstances. So if you say, I don't like annuities, there's lots of reasons not to like annuities, right? They're expensive. There are tax implications when you die to your heirs. There's a few things to not like about annuities. But conversely, if you're a person who requires a high degree of income, you don't have a bunch of money, you want to guarantee that income, an annuity income stream is a great thing, right? So to say it's good or bad is just ridiculous. It's what are the circumstances? What am I trying to accomplish? You could say the same thing about mutual funds. What's not to like about mutual funds? Well, they have embedded tax problems when it's not an IRA, right? You can get poor tax implications by owning a mutual fund without even having bought or sold anything, right? They will pass them along to you. They also have costs. People don't like the costs. They have trading costs. That's a thing not to like about them, but also if you have $100 a month to invest, it's a great way to get diversification.
Right.
So to say a product, again, annuity, ETF, mutual fund, or whatever it is bad or good, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. First, you have to look and see, what do I need done in what product and or thing is going to get that job done the best.
You know, Scott, it's funny, since we've been talking, I really haven't ever leaned on a financial advisor because I've just kind of done it the old school way. I just put money away and I just don't touch it, you know, and I just kind of keep plowing along. Don't buy a bunch of stupid expensive stuff. Don't spend money foolishly. And that's kind of how it went. So when you talk about like what you need, I do love the way that you frame that because in reality, I'm 56, you know, Jack is 56 as well, 57 actually, and Jack will be, we're now in that realm as we approach 60 to start making the plans for what we're going to do. Jack and I actually have talked about this recently.
Yeah, and this is why I went to one of Scott's seminars a few weeks ago, and then I went to, I met with a planner at his office just last week.
It's very empowering. I'm sure Jack is just really empowering because the cool thing is like there's a map. Because the idea of you sitting down with a financial product, not a car, like, hey, what do you need? You need a truck, you need a car, you need an SUV, you need to get good gas mileage. What do you need? You need a house? How many bedrooms? You need AC, you need a pool. The idea of looking at a financial product like, what is your goal? At 35, what's your goal? At 45, at 60, what's your goal? And then that's where these products come into play. Real quick, before we get any further, what is an ETF?
So that's an exchange-traded fund, and they're like a mutual fund, but a stripped-down version, right? So they're less expensive. They typically are tied to an index like the S&P 500 or the Dow or something like that. And they're typically used in portfolios because they're more cost-effective.
Very nice.
And the return you're getting is that of the index, so it's not sexy. You're not going to beat the index, but if you bought the S&P ETF, you're not going to lose to the index either. So I think one of the things about products that I find aggravating is a lot of times if somebody has a hammer, you're always going to be a nail. So a lot of times the sales pitch of an advisor, quote unquote, is the other thing is bad because my thing is good.
Right.
I sell annuities, therefore mutual funds, ETFs, stock portfolios, you name it, are all bad. Conversely, if you just sell stock portfolios and bond portfolios, then you think annuities are bad or mutual funds are bad or whatever. So the thing you have to look out for is somebody providing you a shiny brochure or a solution to a problem you have yet to describe. Right? So, they're putting this shiny multi-star thing in front of you because that's what you need, but you haven't even explained what you're trying to do.
Sir, you need a cast. It's obvious, but I have a head wound.
Yes. How about chemotherapy? I just have a headache, sir.
Exactly.
And for some people, that might be a hard question. I know it was for me going through the process at Edgewater is like, well, what do you see your retirement looking like? And the one that got me is, how, and Scott, you said it on the air here, how long do you plan to live?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know. I don't know.
Why do you ask that? That's kind of an odd question.
Well, you have to, how many years are you planning for?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So we use mortality tables for that. So if you're 57 or 56, we know you're probably going to live another 30 years on average. So we have to be prepared for that. A lot of people tell me, I hear this all the time from clients. They're like, well, I won't live long enough for this or that to happen. And I'm like, well, first of all, just in case you do, you might want to be prepared. And if you don't, you won't care anyway. So,
you don't want to plan to 79 and make it to 83.
Yeah, oops.
Hey, kids, can I stay in that back closet back there? It'd be great.
So I think I'm going to be good till 92.
All right. Fair enough.
After that, I don't know.
And quickly explain an annuity. I just want to make sure that everybody kind of understands what these things are so that they understand when you talk about what they are or how you use them, they have an idea.
So an annuity is basically a contract with an insurance company. And historically, historically, back in the 70s, when they were trying to, change kind of our retirement system away from a pension system to a do-it-yourself kind of 401k kind of thing. Before the 401k, annuities came into being with insurance companies, and basically they said, you give us $100,000, we'll give you 4% or 5% or 3%. Congress, in their wisdom, said, we don't have enough people saving for retirement, so what we're going to do for you, annuity companies, is we're going to make that tax-deferred growth.
Oh, gotcha.
So you put $100,000 in, it turns into $150,000. You don't pay taxes on the $50,000 that you just made until you take it out.
Got it.
Right? So that made them somewhat popular. It's still today, they are somewhat popular, and there are all kinds of annuities. There are fixed annuities that pay a fixed rate, kind of like a CD. There are variable annuities that are still tax deferred, but you can invest in mutual funds inside the annuity. Right now, we're getting a little complex here.
Right, yeah.
The water's getting all kinds of muddy right now. So again, annuities.
There's a shiny portfolio in front of me.
Yeah, exactly. This is what you need.
Right. All right, here with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth, edgewaterfamilywealth.com. A couple seats available for tomorrow if you want to email these guys and get in. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything. You do get lunch.
Okay, good, because someone had just recently texted us and said, for those of us who can't afford those restaurants, how many of those seminars can I sign up for? And I said, it's all free, including the meal.
Jack's on his 10th, so I don't know what that means. But.
Jack's going to have gout because of this soon.
Yeah, but I already have lunch plans for tomorrow. I'm a little disappointed.
All right. No, you're welcome to come and have lunch on us.
All right, very nice. Well, this other question here is you may never need a financial advisor, and that's okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about it as I was coming up to the building today, and I was thinking, it's funny, I have a profession that most people won't ever use. And I think that kind of sucks, to be honest with you. And the reason for that is typically a financial advisor is going to work with somebody who has wealth, yes? Mm-hmm. And I think it's unfortunate that more people don't have the opportunity to do that. Now, let me be very clear here. There are 75 to 80% of people who have wealth above 7 figures typically work with an advisor, and there's a reason for that. There's been many studies done that your returns are improved. Vanguard themselves did a study and looked at their products where an advisor was involved and looked at their products when an advisor wasn't involved. And on average, when the advisor was involved, typically the client earned 2 to 3% more on an annual basis. Yeah. There's lots of reasons for that. Most of it's emotional, most of it's design, most of it's asset allocation, but that is true. With that said, there are plenty of people who have money or are accumulating money that may never work with an advisor, and that's okay, right? I've said many times on this show, you don't need an advisor to be successful, but it's a matter of how you want to spend your time. You talk to a guy like me, I've been doing this 37 years, there's a decent chance that I know a little bit more about this than you do. That doesn't mean I'm a genius. It doesn't mean I have a crystal ball. It just means I've been doing it a long time. And the question you have to ask yourself is, will I be more successful at doing what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to save for retirement. I want to go RVing someday. I want to travel to Europe once a year. I want to pay for my grandkids' education. Will you be more successful at those things that you're trying to do that require economics to be decent with an advisor or without an advisor? I'm not saying you can't be successful. What I'm saying is the probability of success typically improves when an advisor is involved. Again, for all the do-it-yourselfers out there, because I hear them grumbling right now.
Sure, yeah.
That doesn't mean everybody needs an advisor, but I will tell you, on average, wealthy people use advisors, and the main reason is because they value their time.
Right, yeah.
It's no different than getting your oil changed or getting your lawn mowed or whatever things you pay people to do. They don't want to use their time because, let's face it, if you're wealthy, you're probably productive. You might own a business. You might be a professional. You might just be a great saver, whatever. You want your time to do those things, not manage your money as well. And the more money you get, the more complex the situation becomes.
Yeah, exactly. The funny thing is I kind of look at that like for years, I've never had an agent in this business. I've signed many contracts with this company. I never had an agent. I've been told for years it was stupid not to have an agent. And I was like, well, how much more could an agent get me? Because I can do the math. I'm not that dumb. Can an agent get me more than I could just get myself? Well, they said, what they don't know, but what an agent may do for you that you can't do for yourself is they may know about opportunities somewhere else in this country that you would have no idea about.
Correct.
They may know about a station in Texas or a station in New York that needs a talent like yours that you may never, ever find out about. That's where an agent comes into play. But then you have to ask yourself, do I want to move? Do I want to work? I mean, do I like this? So there is always that balance of getting a professional like that. It basically goes back to what you were saying. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want to achieve? How fast do you want to get there? How do you want to get there?
I think I'm in a business of probabilities. How do you get to the highest? Because there's never a guarantee of anything. I could get hit by a bus walking out of here, right? So what you want is the highest probability of success. And you have to decide, is the higher probability of success achieving all my financial goals higher with an advisor or without? And it's an unknowable for the most part, but I will tell you statistically, it's more likely you'll have a higher chance of success with an advisor.
Well, let's ask Jack. I mean, Jack, did you feel empowered when you went to the meeting and then went to and had a personal meeting with these guys? Do you feel empowered?
So I learned a lot in the meeting, which was great for information. And then in my personal consultation, I learned a lot. And I actually left feeling a lot better because I had questioned. I've done a lot of this on my own through, but you still know. I wanted to know in this final stretch I have of working, whether it's another decade or so, it's like, where should I be? Because I think I've made some pretty good moves up until now. And it was just, reaffirming to say, these choices were good. This one, you might want to consider doing this. And,
verification.
And I slept a lot better that night.
Yeah, that's a great point. Is a lot of times folks will come in and they're a little nervous. We put the data up, we do some testing for them, and you can see that they're a little wringing their hands a little bit. Like, have I been doing this right? Am I totally screwed? Is this going to work?
This guy's going to call me a moron. I know it. I can feel it. He's got that swagger. Guy that does that.
Here's some lottery tickets. Good luck. But what I find is more often than not, people have done a pretty good job for themselves. Again, when wealth reaches a certain level, the complexities start to kick in. You start to, you're kind of uncomfortable and nervous when you're young and you don't have any money, you don't know how to pay the bills. There's stress involved, right? And then you get to this point where you start to accumulate some money, you get a few bucks in the bank, maybe the 401k is looking pretty good. And then at some point, the stress picks up again because your level of wealth has gotten to a point where there's complexities. What are the legal issues? Should I have insurance for this kind of stuff? Will it produce enough income? Am I in the right things? I saved all this money, but what if I make a mistake tomorrow, right? So there's kind of a bell curve here of stress that you want to look out for. On either end is stress, and the middle is kind of comfortable. And what I would say an advisor does for you is they kind of bring that all together, hopefully in an understandable way. Because one of my pet peeves with advisors is they talk jargon and they talk over people's heads, and that is a sure sign that person doesn't know what they're talking about.
For sure. They're trying to snow you a little bit.
Yeah, because you intimidate you and you don't want to ask a question.
Yeah,
which is what they're looking for.
Right. A couple questions before we get out of here. First things first. Why do you do these at 11 o'clock? We've had a number of people say, hey, look, is there any way possible that you'll do one of these on the weekend or do it after hours? Ooh. So if we work all day long, we would love to come there, but I got a 9-to-5er. It's hard for me to take out in the middle of the day and go somewhere for an hour and a half to sit and do this. Maybe I'm a plumber, an electrician. You don't want to slide into a nice steakhouse in your work clothes. Is there any way possible to get one or two of these events in a position where it's on a weekend or after hours so that people who are working 9-to-5ers can come out and enjoy?
I 100% will make that happen.
Okay, very good. We do have a lot of people that ask every single week.
Yeah, I honestly had never thought of it that way, but I hear you. It's not as easy to break away for some people, so we will 100% put that together.
And if you have people out there listening to us, then they're motivated and they want to grind and they want to make some changes in their life.
Absolutely.
We definitely don't want to miss out on that opportunity to get them in front of one of your people so that they can get motivated and get empowered to do something.
And you can also always reach out for a consultation, whether you want it on the phone or in person. We do lots of consultations for radio listeners who will likely never be our clients, but we hopefully give them a couple of key ideas. Did I say hopefully never be our clients? Possibly never be our clients. And the reality is we are happy to do that. So if you want to do a consultation, just go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com, sign up for a consultation, grab a book. We have a I Got a Guy guide on how to work with a financial advisor. And then we, of course, have my brilliant book, which is I've Never Made Anyone Rich.
Which is the
best selling point ever.
Now, if I had a meeting with you, I would tell you that was a bad idea. I would be like, this is where you need to make some changes.
A lot of people have said that, but people keep reading the book.
It's fine. That's good. We do want to remind people there are other events coming up in May, a couple that we know of now. May 22nd, Winter Park, and then May 24th in Mount Dora at 1921. Same exact scenario?
Yeah, same scenario, same speakers. We'll have them in Mount Dora at the Lake County. Obviously, we may have a Lake County realtor speak at that, but the same data, same Greg Collier, same information, same good lunch.
Yeah, just checking in here. I'm 58. My wife just turned 50. Been leaning into all of your conversations with Scott since he joined the show. We had the pleasure started meeting with Scott's son. Is it Bratcher?
Yep.
About 2 weeks ago. Extremely valuable, awesome team to work with. Then the one right below this says, I have about $100,000 sitting in a savings account, but I don't feel like it's doing anything. Should I put it in a high yield savings account or make another move?
Well, I mean, again, what is that money for? So if you have $100,000, that's your only $100,000, and then you obviously don't want to invest that aggressively. I would suggest to you that there are many great money market funds out there. The mutual fund companies, speaking of mutual funds, have a lot of good products out there. Fidelity has one, several have them, usually around 4 or 5%, which is probably better than you're getting at your local bank. And then if you're looking for longer-term investments, obviously mutual funds, ETFs, and things like that.
Yeah, very good. And if you have any other questions, you can certainly get it with you guys. EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Good and loud for Mr. Scott Brown.
Hey! Woohoo!
Great job as always. And again, if you want those books, you can go get them at the website. You can read them. I think they're you can download them for nothing.
You can.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's all free.
Free lunch, free book, free whatever.
You're bad at business, buddy. You need to do business plan. Too many free things.
Watch out for that bus out front.
There you go. All right. 407-916-1041. Back with trivia. Load them up. We'll do that next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Is Chicago really a bad fit for Caleb Williams? We know they have a head coach on the hot seat and a new OC. Sure, it'd be better if he was going to Shanahan or Andy Reid, but if you're destined to be a star, you'll be a star. Burrow, Stroud, Lawrence, all overcame dysfunction. Caleb, in my opinion, will be just fine in Chicago. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Offer N61. Visit staples.com/print for details. Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Breathe easy this spring with Renewal by Andersen's energy-efficient windows and doors. Improved indoor air quality, that's just one great benefit. Renewal by Andersen's beautiful designs with a variety of color options, hardware, and more bumps up your home's curb appeal, too. Renewal by Andersen has the most 5-star reviews, and their products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find anywhere, and they're even transferable if you sell your home. During their 30-day spring sale, you can save $325 on every window and $825 on all patio doors, plus no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for details. Expires April 30th. Some restrictions apply. And if you're looking for a new career, Renewal by Andersen is now hiring experienced window and door installers. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, visit rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
Looking for more than just a job? If you're mechanically inclined, an auto mechanic, certified welder, machinist, or a CDL driver with a strong work ethic, Ring Power, your North and Central Florida Caterpillar dealer, is the place. Whether you're beginning a career or making a change, Ring Power has apprenticeship and paid training for qualified candidates to help become skilled technicians. Join us at our Orlando facility career fair on Saturday, April 27th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information or to pre-register, visit jobfair.ringpower.com/Orlando. Join a winning team. Join Ring Power.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm Attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go? Just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Get ready for the biggest fiesta of the year at San Jose's Original Mexican Restaurant, celebrating its grand opening in Altamont Springs, Monday, April 29th. Live music, margaritas, and food specials all day. San Jose's Original Mexican Restaurant. Reinvent your tradition. SanJose'sOriginal.com.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at lifelock.com.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. As the weather starts to warm up, keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The Jim Colbert Show. Streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio 104.1. Got a few minutes for your keyword check, C-H-E-C-K. Get over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Check is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you make some money. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Yellow.
And Jack has the Jackie sack. Let's get it.
Oh, let's go. All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
All right. All week long we've been doing it. It's a pair of tickets to see Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominee, the Dave Matthews Band.
Get out.
They are playing May 22nd in the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater over there in Tampa. We have a pair of tickets for you today if you are the winner to JCS Trivia. It's brought to you by...
Oh, the Jackie Sack is always brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. Hey, got a move coming up? Call them. They've got fully trained expert moving crews that are adept in packing your things, handling your furniture, driving safely, customer service, and so much more. Hey, speaking of the more part, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, that will get you a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O moving.com. Clickety-clack, back to you.
Thanks, Deb. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Who goes first today, Jack?
Oh, that would be James.
James right there on line 4. James, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Buddy, we are doing fine. Would you like to play a little game with us?
I would love to.
Let's do it then, buddy.
Game show.
No, we're not.
All right, boss. This is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers, but one of these answers is a lie, buddy. I'm attempting to mislead you. I'm trying to fool you. But I do want to give you these tickets. If you can find that one, I will send you out to see Dave Matthews. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go, buddy. On this day in 1977, actor, author, professional wrestler.
Oh, John Cena?
Massive muscle man. John Cena is the answer.
Can
That's
hold
right.
a wet towel without his hands.
John Cena was born on this day, boss. Here are 3 fun facts about John and 1 lie that's juicing in the bathroom before its match. Here we go. Number 1, John Cena. He doesn't want kids because he didn't want to be an absentee father to support his career. Number 2, before every match, he eats 4 to 5 packs of M&Ms. Number 3, he can speak Mandarin Chinese. Or lastly, he's written a number of children's books around a monster truck character called Elbow Grease. Which of those is a lie?
Number 2.
Yeah, that's the one, buddy. You're a winner. Son of a beach. You are a winner, buddy.
Biscuit.
Yeah, the funny thing is he does eat 4 to 5 packs of something before a match. And I was trying to find out something that he could eat that would seem like maybe give him energy. But nobody thinks that he would eat 4 or 5 packs of M&Ms because look at him.
I know.
What do you think it is?
Slim Jim.
It's not.
Sunflower seeds.
It's not. Think of this.
Keto bars.
He's real close to other wrestlers.
Oh, mints.
Yeah, Tic Tacs.
Oh.
He eats 4 to 5 boxes of Tic Tacs, the old school little round, like little bullet mints. He eats 4 or 5 boxes of those because he doesn't want his breath to be bad as he's working with other people in the ring.
Well, that is very courteous.
He does speak Mandarin Chinese. He learned it for the sole purpose of going over to expand wrestling into China.
Wow.
And so that he could communicate with them and bring that world into China.
That's a smart businessman.
He has written a number of children's books around a monster truck character called Elbow Grease.
I thought that was the lie.
I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. He's also written 2 other books, like You Be the Best You or something like that. Have the best day you can. Motivational stuff.
Does so much for charity.
He's the world leader in Give Kids the
right.
Make a Wish.
Make a wish. Yeah. In granting wishes.
Yeah, I think 600 plus of those.
And he's fun to watch in the movie. He's funny in the movie.
He is.
Or shows. Yeah,
he does a really good job, actually. A couple other things you may not know about John Cena before we get to the top of the hour. He was sued by the Ford Motor Company. You remember this case?
No.
Was it the voiceover he did for Toyota or for Honda?
No.
Oh, good one, Dad.
Ford gave him in 2017. Ford gave him a Ford GT,
right?
Like one of that race car that was featured in the So they gave him the version of that. But the deal that he got when it was given to him was you can't sell it for 2 years. You have to keep the car for 2 years if we're going to give it to you. Dude sold it like next week. And it was before the 2-year agreement. So the Ford sued him and they won. They actually settled out of court and gave the settlement to a charity of their choices. They kind of broke it up.
There you go.
When he first moved to California, he actually lived in his car. He's from, I believe, Maryland or up in the Northeast.
Yes, and his dad is one of the sweetest guys on the planet.
Oh, really?
Gave me an angel pin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he moved to California because he wanted to make it in bodybuilding and then actually wound up in wrestling as well. You can actually see old pictures of him as a bodybuilder. He's way smaller. Like, he's really thin there because he's a beefy dude now.
He's from West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Is it Mass? That's
yeah.
His full name is John Felix Anthony Cena.
Jacob Heimer Schmidt.
Yeah, John.
His name is my name, too.
John Felix Anthony Cena. And then lastly here, what instrument do you believe that John Cena can play quite well?
Tambourine.
Flute.
Harmonica.
Violin.
Piano.
Guitar.
Piano's the answer.
Piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, give the bell, man.
He says he puts a lot of focus and time into learning the instrument. You can't see me, bitch.
You can't see me? What the hell?
He has shared many times, however, he says it's a skill that many people do not know that he possesses. And he follows a ton of people on social media. Supposed to be one of the best cats out there. And I guess that he said that, now, do he and The Rock have a beef? Have they had a battle for a while?
I believe so, because you saw it out on display this last WrestleMania.
Well, the reason why is because, I mean, it's WrestleMania. You don't know if it's for real, but I guess during one of these interviews, he was asked what wrestler he likes to work with the most, and he said, The Rock. And he said, even though, he goes, you don't have to like somebody if you know that they get the best out of you. And he goes, every time anybody wrestles The Rock, they wind up having their best match because he brings the best out in everybody, whether it be the talking part of it.
Right.
What's that part?
The monologuing?
The monologuing part of it, or the wrestling part. They said that just nobody will elevate you like The Rock will. But he did mention in there, he took that little shot, that even if we don't get along, or even we don't like, you don't have to like somebody to have a good match with them. So he gave a lot of respect to him, even though they don't maybe get along personally.
And what was so interesting was, that whole "you can't see me" thing. It was kind of like for old schoolers, the Carol Burnett pulling on her ear as a secret message to her grandmother.
Right.
For John Cena, was it for his younger brother? Who was that you can't see me message for?
I can't remember that. I don't really, because I don't follow wrestling that much. I don't know why he did that.
There's a story behind it of that's like my secret message that, I can see you on TV, but you can't see me kind of thing. I'll do a little research.
If you haven't seen the movie Trainwreck with Amy Schumer and Bill Hader and a number of other very, very famous comedians and athletes, he does an amazing job. It's very funny. Like, really, really funny.
He did a great job.
Yeah. Has there been any rumors about his sexuality? I know he's married, and he dated a couple people before that.
Yeah, because one of your first clues was that he didn't want to have children, and that's why he broke up with Nikki Bella from the Bella twins, was because she did want to have children, and he didn't.
Right, and he's married to a girl now. I guess it's
Shay.
Yeah. That's cool. She's beautiful, though.
She is beautiful. I believe she's Iranian-American.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Elon Musk refuses to move a video from X, and it's causing some trouble. We'll talk about that right after this.
A turd.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic continues to be slow on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Still looking at a vehicle fire blocking the right lane southbound on the Turnpike between Williams Road and Canoe Creek Road. No problems to report, though, for those taking the Beach Line or the Greenway today. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Let me tell you something, man. If you have a bathroom in your house, you want to remodel or replace, I've got the company for you. It's Rebath in Mid-Florida. These guys are awesome. It's rebathmidfla.com. Go by the website. Look at the before and afters, man. They're doing some amazing stuff. Our buddy Daryl Payne, that'll be in tomorrow or next week, he has 2 bathrooms from Rebath, and he loves them. He came in that day after his bathroom was installed and was showing me pictures of it like it was grandkids. Simply amazing stuff. And these guys are so good at what they do. Matter of fact, they're so good. That's why the big blue and orange stores, the DIY stores, that's why they let Rebath install their bathrooms, because they have integrity. And even better, if you get a bathroom right now from Rebath, and you mentioned you heard about them from the Jim Colbert Show, they're going to give you $800 in upgrades. That's right, $800. Apply that however you want. Fixtures, tile, shower doors, whatever the case may be, you can bump it up a level, and these guys are ready to take care of you. Their showroom is easy to find, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You can see what they have, multiple choices of styles for toilets and tubs and lighting and cabinetry. It's all right there. They do it with their employees, 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Remember, if you go to get a quote from these guys, tell them you're with the Jim Colbert Show, and you'll get $800 in upgrades to your bathroom. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Are your energy costs through the roof? FAS Windows and Doors is now offering buy 3, get 1 free windows on any project. This is a plain and simple deal that homeowners can receive at the time of signing. FAS also offers 24-month financing. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months with this new financing option available from FAS. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS Windows and Doors today or visit us online at faswd.com. That's faswd.com.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Mills Air and Business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Yeah, Jimmy, you just brought back a memory. When I was a kid, I was craving ice cream or sherbet, something like that. And the only thing we had was one of those canisters of that concentrated frozen orange juice. So I grabbed a spoon and went to town on it, and immediately had mouth sores and an upset stomach. It was a great lesson.
So good, though, buddy. So good.
We all did it.
So good. A little bit of whipping cream in that for a little orange slushy kind of orange cream thing.
Orange creamsicle.
Oh, my God, so good. And you're right, so much acid and sugar. It's so crazy. All right, 407-916-1041. GRAND is your 6 o'clock keyword, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm, type that in, and then send it away off into the ether, and hopefully someone will call you back and say, hey, look, you sent it at just the right time. We're going to give you $1,000.
Yay!
That's what's going to happen. GRAND, guys, is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win that money for sure.
Yeah, we do.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hola.
Jack is here as well. See? All right, Elon Musk. This is the headline. This is Yahoo Finance, if you want to read the entire story. Musk decries Australian court censorship of ex-terror posts. Do you guys know what case this is about? Maybe you don't. You probably don't.
Is it the stabbing recently?
The stabbing of the priest.
In the middle of his sermon, right?
In Sydney, yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly. And Elon Musk is lashing out at Australia's prime minister on Tuesday after a court ordered his social media company X to take down footage from an alleged terrorist attack in Sydney, saying that the ruling meant any country could control the entire internet. That's what he says. He goes, if I take that down, that means that any country that finds something that they don't like on the internet, they can require me to take it down or our company to take that down. This is censorship. This is basically the same thing that he said to Don Lemon during that very contentious interview.
Yeah.
That Don Lemon was, quote, in love with censorship. I'm not a giant Don Lemon fan, but I do think that Don Lemon had a pretty good argument there. And here's the thing that I can't understand. The prime minister goes on to say at the end of this article that he can't imagine defending that staying up. Like, he can't imagine that you're defending that staying up because you actually see the stabbing. You see the kid go in and stab this priest. He was charged with terrorism for knifing an Assyrian priest and others. They wanted to temporarily hide the showing of the video. I guess X had already blocked the post from Australian viewers, but Australia's e-safety commissioner said that the content should be taken down since it showed explicit violence. So in other words, he wanted it down completely, not just in Australia. He wanted it gone from the internet. He wanted X to scrub it and take it off. Musk's response was, quote, does the PM think he should have jurisdiction over all of Earth? Referring to him as name as Anthony Albanese as the prime minister. Of course, he says that this is all about free speech and truth. And he said if any country is allowed to censor content for all countries, which is what the Australian e-safety commissioner is demanding, then what is to stop any country from controlling the entire internet? I think that's a bit of a reach.
Oh, huge.
Being facetious, it's a great reach.
Yesterday, we talked about the woman who wheeled her dead uncle into a bank in Brazil, and even that video and every single source that you looked for was blurred.
Yeah, it was blurred out, so you couldn't. And he wasn't stabbed; he just died of natural causes.
Exactly, but it's still out of respect for the man, who could make no consent about whether or not he wanted to be on video.
And this is what this guy says. He says the idea that someone would go to court for the right to put up violent content on a platform shows just how out of reach Mr. Musk is. And again, he's been leaning into this free speech thing. And of course, it's cost him billions of dollars because he paid $44 billion for Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. It's not even worth half that now, maybe half, but definitely not much. Their advertisers are fleeing at a great rate.
Well, now new users have to pay something.
Now, a lot of people that I've spoken to, that predominantly lean right, applaud Elon Musk for keeping the free speech thing up. And I could look at them and say, I kind of understand what you're saying there. And I've had this conversation with my very own son. I'm like, but at what point does that at what point is it like, let me give you an example. And because we were talking about this, I said, what if that was his kid? Or his mom or his dad that was the Assyrian priest that got stabbed by this teenager? Do you believe that he would feel the same way? That he would demand that a video of his family member getting stabbed by a psycho teenager would be fine, that content should stay up? That's free speech. Do you think that he would actually do that?
I think he's already demonstrated that he would not, because when it comes to free speech, he wants an open platform. But when the criticism seems to be about him, then he seems to take action against those people on his platform.
Sure, yeah.
Sounds kind of familiar.
Exactly, right. But that's exactly what the thing is. It says, while it may be difficult to eradicate damaging content from the internet entirely, they require platforms to do everything practical and reasonable to minimize the harm it may cause to Australians. And they said, even if the video's up, I mean, the rhetoric around the video, like what's being said and comments being made about the video are also very disturbing.
Well, I don't see the free speech aspect of this, right? Someone's speech isn't being shut down. It's a horrific act that maybe that priest and the other victims in that video, they have just as much right to privacy from the worst day in their life being played out all over the internet. So which person's right gets to usurp the others?
Yeah, that's kind of what my question was. Like, where is the denial of free speech here? Just because they don't want violent content up on for everybody to be able to download and watch.
Yeah, saying, well, if I have the video, you're preventing me from being able to express what I want to express on my YouTube or X, Twitter, platform.
But what are you expressing by showing the video?
But
that's just here's the video. Do with it what you will,
and that's
consume it how you will.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's just an umbrella argument that it's just it's vanilla that's just trying to wipe away every other flavor.
And I think conversely, they could all say, well, you should not have an expectation of privacy in that situation. So it is a public forum, so you don't have a right to privacy in a public forum, even though it's a church service.
Right? Yeah.
Was it in the service? I did not see the video.
It was I think it was in the service.
Yeah.
A guy walks in and stabs him while in the service.
Right in the middle of his sermon.
Now, on Tuesday, Facebook and Instagram owner, that's Meta, said it had used internal tools to detect and block copies of videos of the church attack and an unrelated deadly stabbing in a shopping mall in Sydney just a couple days after that.
Right.
So Meta took it upon themselves to take both of those videos down so that they weren't, upsetting to the people who dealt with that. I mean, again, with Musk here, the thing that kills me about this guy is at what level do you have to be proven that it isn't really, what good comes of this?
Well, you defend the free speech aspect. What is it you're trying to defend?
Right.
That it's our right to be able to see a young man stab someone in the middle of anyone doing, it just...
So, and then Alice Dawkins, who is the executive director of internet policy nonprofit Reset Tech Australia, said that his comments, quote, fit the company's chaotic and negligent approach to the most basic user safety considerations that under previous leadership the platform used to take seriously. It says it was also removing, Meta is even taking down posts that include glorification or praise of these incidents. So anytime that you're going, good, one less Assyrian or whatever.
And that's the big question with these social media platforms. What level of, restrictions or should they face? Should they be self-imposed? Should it be imposed by the government? If it's a private business and they're allowed to make their choices on who they block and what they show, so if they make those decisions, then it becomes, as a private business or even publicly traded one, let the market decide. Will people continue to use that product? Now, if you know that Meta is operating under the idea that we believe there is you can go too far and we are trying to restrict that, I think most people would have a more favorable view. What we are hearing are extremes, and it's the people who say everything should be seen, everything should be available.
Yeah.
That's not the majority of people.
No, it's not at all, because my point would be like this. Would he put up a video of the Pope getting stabbed?
Yes.
Would he fight to keep that up?
I believe he would.
Would he fight the Catholic nation and risk every Catholic taking Twitter or X off of their phone to keep a video up of the Pope being stabbed by some psycho terrorist?
Yes, because he's a saint who is fighting for our free speech rights. To me, what this sounds like is someone who didn't have to go before Congress and explain how their social media platform is harmful to young people.
He chose not to go, right?
I don't know what the circumstances were, but his action and how Meta is handling says, oh, okay, well, the one who got their hand slapped and has been put on notice, we're watching you, what you do with this kind of negative information and how it influences your customers versus this guy who's just like, yeah, no, this is just free speech and this is just how we're going to roll.
And it's weird. I bet if you open up the phone, even the people who would agree with Elon Musk on a lot of things when it comes to free speech on Twitter or X would probably disagree with him on this. Would you think that? Or would you think that most people who are listening to the show right now would say, nope, that needs to be up? I mean, that happened. It's news. It's real. It needs to be up. I need to be able to see this kid stabbing this priest.
That will be the question now in the Jim Colbert YouTube chat.
Yeah, let's put it up there because, that's exactly what we should know. How many people listening to us right now think it's okay for a video of a stabbing to be put up on Twitter or X and left there in this for the sake of free speech? Or do you believe that should be taken down or blurred at the very least? There you go.
We have demons.
Yeah, a lot of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sound of when.
When something bad happens, that's what you hear. But just murder videos, right? So basically, you can just classify it as a murder video.
Sure, yeah.
Should murder videos be allowed under the under the argument of free speech, should murder videos be shown on the internet?
Now, even more so than just regular death videos, because I got to tell you that you can see that on the regular on Twitter.
Oh yeah, there's nothing. You could watch a video of 9/11 happen, both planes hitting, and we know that 2,500 people died there, or was it 3,500? 3,100 people died there. I think it's 31. So I mean, you can watch that.
Yeah,
should that be taken down? I mean, again, where are the parameters? I mean, again, this is the question that is asked by everyone. Like, what are the parameters? I mean, 3,100 people died in 9/11, but those videos are readily available. I mean, and not even on X. You don't have to go to an extreme channel to find them.
You see them on the news.
You can Google them.
Exactly, but those videos had journalistic value. That was the beginning of the day that the world changed.
100%. And
travel changed. How you visit cities changed. This is just a voyeuristic opportunity to see a violent act that in the end isn't going to enhance the story or the details of the story any more than just reading the details of the story. There's something salacious if you need to see it.
I'd agree. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I will take phone calls on this. If you have an opinion, I'd love to hear it. That's, again, 407-916-1041. Your 6 o'clock keyword is grand, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Enjoy your dominance over artificial intelligence while you can.
Did the coffee machine always have a laser cannon?
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
East and westbound delays continue on I-4 by the major attractions exits. Delays still reported southbound on the turnpike due to a vehicle fire blocking the right lane between Williams Road and Canoe Creek Road. Looking at a crash on Colonial Drive at Avalon Road causing stop-and-go delays at that intersection. If you see traffic problems today, make sure you call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills out there: Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. These guys also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney, and I showed Jack today my steak that I made in my Uni pizza oven. I'm going to put that video up on YouTube, or excuse me, up on Instagram tonight, so if you want to check that out. They have Hollywood furniture, which is indestructible, will not fade in this Florida sun, and it's beautiful. Service Tech, specializing in grills for repairs and warranty issues, and you can get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase. $3.99 and up. Guys, it's Tools Ace Hardware. 13 convenient locations of these beautiful stores right here in Central Florida, including that brand new store in Hamlin. Or you can just shop online at acehardware.com, get free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one. Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
"Let me run it by my lawyer."
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings, all for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-10-MINUTE.
A Fifth Third better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow, guess that really is a Fifth Third better.
That's what a Fifth Third better means. This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need new windows? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Elon Musk is a tool. Clifford, West Palm. It's funny to me how Elon Musk will contradict himself just to prove his point and not care about the moral respect for anybody else. Politicians do the same thing day in and day out. You don't care about freedom of speech. You only care that somebody's trying to bully you into something that you agree with and not anyone else, or a majority.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Really interesting topic because here's the thing. I mean, the censorship thing is a big deal more than ever now. The texting service checking in. Would Musk keep a post of a close family member being abused or murdered? That's the question I posed. If this was his father being stabbed, or maybe even let's say maybe a popular political figure. Would you keep that up there? Would you? Again, and one person texted in, and this person texts us all the time and said, I'm all for putting up whatever exists online, let it be there. You have to use your own discretion for checking. But I would combat that with this. I mean, if you're auto scrolling on Twitter, or any of the social media platforms, the way that we all do, and you're auto scrolling, and this video just pops up as part of your auto scroll. Now, I'm not saying you can't scroll past it very quick, but it doesn't mean you're not going to see some of it.
And you don't know what it is. When Tyree Sampson, the young man who fell from the free fall ride down on I Drive, when that story broke, I woke up, grabbed my phone, just started scrolling, and there's the video.
Right.
Before it was like, it plays before you even know what's going to play.
Right.
And by then you've seen it.
And, and again, I do find myself in the middle here because I do agree with something like you shouldn't protect people from the world because that's not real. That's not a real thing. But in that same sense, there has to be a fence so that you understand where the parameters are for human decency.
And that's what it is. If it wasn't about human decency and the thought for someone else, the victims in this story, you'd be seeing these kinds of videos every night on the news.
And then, somebody else said the same thing. And look, I've seen these all the time, but because of the nature of the people, I don't really consider it. This guy's a priest. He's being stabbed while delivering what's supposed to be, a message of hope or of.
Well, it was his sermon.
Yeah, it was a sermon. But somebody said on the texting service, it makes a good point. If you go to Instagram or Reels or any of these places, you can regularly see bombs being dropped on Russians. During the Ukraine war, where drones are flying into tanks, and people don't make it, or there's plane shots coming with incendiary rounds that are killing people, and you can see it now. Again, this is through night vision, and you see a glowing object that is a human being, and that person is dead, but it's not a priest in a church being attacked by a terrorist. We're at war, or they're at war, and you're watching the outcome of that.
It's government-sanctioned murder.
Should that be taken down? Should you be able to see a video of a drone taking out a Russian tank where multiple people inside that tank die? It's not a stabbing, and it's not as divisive as a priest getting stabbed, but it's still a dying person.
If you can identify the person, does that family have a right to not have their family members murdered displayed for entertainment purposes?
And you said it earlier. If it's in the public forum, Jack, what rights do you have? And again, we've learned this through our attorney friends. There has to be an expected, or what's the word?
A reasonable expectation of privacy.
There you go. There you go. A reasonable expectation of privacy. If you're in war and you know that these devices are being filmed, that's not really an expectation of privacy. But if you're in a church, is that an expectation of privacy? That's only in your home, right? So if you get killed in your house, I guess you're good. All right, 407-916-1041. Let's get to Captain Kirk. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
I'm doing never better, man. I love the show, and I listen all day long from 6 in the morning till you hang up. But anyways, I agree with you on the part that he probably should take it down for the family. But look at what we watch on TV every day. You see murder.
Well, yeah, buddy, let me tell you something.
They're not showing the actual murder.
But you know what? And somebody else goes more than that as well. And I'll agree with you here, Captain Kirk. What about these videos where you can scroll through and see, girls 17, 18, or 18, 19 years old in skin-tight clothes, bouncing their asses all over the place? They're 18 and they're doing it on, but people are like, well, you see that kind of content.
Well, they're 18.
It's not the same, though. Thanks for your call, buddy. I appreciate that. 407-916-1041.
And someone else texted, a couple of really good texts, actually. One, feed ugly, get ugly.
Yeah.
And the other one, I wish social media would go back to ice bucket challenges and the Harlem Shake videos. Those were some good times.
Planking, wasn't that fun?
Yeah, good times.
And they were just planking and maybe falling off a building now and again.
Showing us your food.
The guy who started YouTube at the zoo.
Exactly. Charlie bit my finger.
So should there be an explicit content warning? Because, I have a right not to view that. People keep bringing up the Daniel Pearl video, which I did not watch. Yeah. I know it was out there.
Yep.
But, I did not want to see that. I did not want to see that young man fall to his death at Icon Park.
Yeah. No, you don't see that.
And so I don't think I should, not be allowed to open up the app. I shouldn't be forced to see it just by opening the app.
Right. Yeah, just by using it normally.
Yeah.
Just put him before Congress and let him defend all this.
Now, a guy that texts us quite often, and I don't agree with him on a lot of things, and we're both Republicans, but I still don't agree. He's a little bit more right than I am. He said the point Elon had isn't about the video's content. It's about the Australian court ruling that the world remove the video. Who are they to decide that? Who else could or couldn't? It happened in their country. They're trying to get it because it happened in their country. Yeah. That prime minister would not like that on his portfolio, I would probably guess. Or he's fighting for the country's dignity, maybe?
Or fighting for a citizen of his country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And again,
on behalf of a citizen of his country.
And I would ask that very person and other people, if this video was of a family member of yours getting stabbed to death, would you be cool with it? I mean, you know, it's just, and again, with this thing with Elon Musk, it's so easy to say this stuff when you don't really ever encounter it. You know, you're insulated with your multi-billion-dollar fortune. You're never going to experience anything like that. No one's going to break into your fortress and stab you or your family to death. Chances are it's not going to happen in the public either. Who knows, though? You don't know.
No.
But you can bet your ass if that guy's mom was getting cut apart or stabbed, that video ain't making it on X, buddy. No chance.
Well, look what he did to the kid who was just tracking his plane.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just tracking the plane. Something he does for the President of the United States and other dignitaries. And
Taylor
other,
Swift.
Yeah,
right.
not illegal.
Not illegal at all.
But all of a sudden,
Shut him down.
Because it's his privacy,
That's right.
Jimmy.
That's right.
It's Elon Musk's privacy.
He does not have a reasonable. When you're in the air, boss, I got bad news for you. You do not have a reasonable expectation of privacy. Well, in your plane, maybe.
Well, it hits against everything he's trying to make about this video. You can't track my plane because, well, it's my safety and my security.
Right, yeah.
But, you know, we can show this priest being stabbed because the world has a right to know.
Yeah. Again, I would say
It's hypocrisy.
If this was his mom or a kid or his wife or anything like that, and they were getting stabbed at church, trust me when I tell you, you would not see that video on X. You would not see that video. I'd bet a little bit of money on that.
Yeah.
That you're never going to see that video on X. And I'm sure the reason would be quite wordy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Let's switch it up here real quick because I have a question to ask about a deal that Universal has going. Have you guys heard this story? No. Now, we know the parks are a big deal here. We just talked about this the other day. Orlando was voted the worst walkable city because our landmarks, you know, the theme parks are too far apart.
That's just because the people writing the article just went to the theme parks.
So here's my question. Okay, so the deal is this. Florida residents can visit Universal Studios Resort for free with the theme park's newly announced deal. The ticket offer calls for 2 free two-park 2-day tickets when you buy 2. They announced that last Thursday. So the deal gives Florida residents 4 days of access to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure starting Thursday through December 18th. That's when the ticket will expire in full. There are some blackout dates during like Thanksgiving, the 25th through the 30th, and it must be used on or before December 15th to ensure that it can be used properly. Unused days will be forfeited. Here's my question, all right? And again, I'm not trying to screw anybody over or create a deal or whatever. Let's say, because I haven't been to the park in a while. I haven't been to parks in a while. When you buy a ticket, it's not registered to you.
It is once you use it.
No, I understand, but before that, it's not. Right? Stick with me here. This is my point is, let's say I had some family coming down from Mississippi, right? And I wanted them to be able to save as much money on their vacation. And as a Florida resident, I went out and I took advantage of this deal and I bought, let's say, 2 of these tickets and I got 2 for free. Now, when my family comes down from Mississippi, can I just give them the tickets? Can they use them? They are not Florida residents, but a Florida resident did purchase them. Is there a way that they track these where I can't do that?
Well, go ahead, Jack.
I was just going to proffer if you were one of the group, they might be link you to one, like when you make the purchase, you have to identify yourself as one of the ticket users. Then the 3 people you bring with you is totally up to you. For you to give all 4 away, I don't know, because like if they attach your identity to that purchase, because I know when we have tickets here, if it's like they give us as prizes, these are just physical tickets that anyone can use. Anyone in possession
it says comp.
gets to use them.
Yeah, it says comp on the ticket. That's what I thought, though. But here's the thing. I don't know that's the case, though. I mean, actually, it's a Florida resident deal. If I buy it as a Florida resident, I get my 2 tickets. So now I have my 4 2-day 2-park passes in my hand. My family comes down from Mississippi. I hand them to them and say, enjoy yourself. Are they going to be able to use those to get in? Or are those tickets registered to me because I bought them with my debit card as a Florida resident?
Yeah, and you need your ID as well to purchase them. And now that I think about it.
What?
How do you prove you're a Florida resident, Jim?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to prove you live here.
Yeah.
But now when we get tickets, they actually email the names and you have to go to the kiosk. You enter your ID. You
Right,
get that.
Yeah.
You get your ticket. So I maybe that's how. If you have to pick them up by registering there, you will need a Florida ID to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about this. It just says they can be bought online. They're only available for purchase online and cannot be bought at the front gate.
Okay.
So, I mean, again, that doesn't really change my story, though.
Are you looking for a scam to run here?
No, when I saw this, I was like, hell, this is a great deal. I wanted to tell the audience that if they wanted to go to the parks, they could get in like for half price, basically.
Well, they can.
Then I started thinking like, well, if you have people that look, everybody who lives here, when people come into the state, what do they want to know? Hey, you know anybody can get me into Disney?
Mm-hmm.
You know anybody can get me into SeaWorld? Or, but we all hear it. But if they had a deal here and I could buy these tickets and it's legit, I'm spending the money. I am a Florida resident. But can I hand those tickets to somebody who isn't?
Universal Worker Texan says a Florida resident ticket must show a Florida ID when you enter it at the gate.
Oh, really? But is that just for that one ticket, or is that for all 4 tickets? It says your names are on the tickets as well.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything. I mean, Bob Smith could be from Arkansas. It doesn't matter. It's just a name. It doesn't tell you where they are. It says all Florida resident ticket holders will be required to be Florida residents. Oh, in other words, so if you buy this ticket on this deal as a Florida resident, everybody has to show their ID to prove that they're a resident of the state. So that's what that one texter says. Unbelievable. It says they even have a scan. Your names are on the tickets, each one. I don't think that's right. The singular tickets for the person that buys them, blah, blah, announce. Yeah, I don't know. Still, it's a little murky. But I was going to buy a bunch of those tickets for some family members. I mean, it's a good deal, man. I mean,
I'm just thinking of the couple who,
how much are you going to charge your family?
Yeah.
From Disneyland who bought tickets for a special night and put them up on eBay.
Right, yeah.
And then Disney's brand saw it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And then, banned them for a year, even though they have special park passes. So, the parks have been in on this game from every cast member, theme park worker. So they're getting ahead of that by saying, yeah, no, playa, you got to show an ID.
So that does make sense. So if I bought Florida resident tickets, they're going to have an ID with it.
Well, because it would stop all of us from doing this and selling them on eBay or...
Yeah, if I went and bought Florida resident tickets, that means I could buy 2 tickets, get 2 for free, and then go online and sell them for $100 a piece or whatever.
And
Yeah, definitely going to have the ID. See, that's why I come here with these questions. I'm sometimes a little dumb.
Back to your day job.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. By the way, your 6 o'clock keyword, you got some time left, guys. It's GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm, send that off for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show, and you heard it here first.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
What's up, Central Florida? I'm Fox 35, Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergman here. Lots of sunshine Wednesday in mid-80s, and to be honest, we'll be in the mid-80s for really the next week. Only other thing for me to tell you about is this weekend. It'll be a little gusty with east winds, 10 to 25 miles an hour. Small chance of a sprinkle along the beaches. Also a high rip current risk later this week if you have plans to head to the beach. Otherwise, no rain for the majority of us for at least another week and a half.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's time to fall in love with your home all over again with new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. And Renewal by Andersen could not make the process any easier for you. First, just give them a call. Visit rbafla.com, or better yet, stop by their showroom off Lee Road in Winter Park to schedule a free in-home consultation. Then they're going to meet in the comfort of your home at a time that's convenient for you, so the design consultants from Renewal by Andersen can see exactly what the vision is for your home. Lastly, sit back and relax because you've chosen a company that can handle your replacement project from start to finish. During their 30-day spring sale, you can save $325 on every window and $825 on all patio doors, plus no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for details. Expires April 30th. Some restrictions apply. And if you're looking for a new career, Renewal by Andersen is now hiring experienced window and door installers. Official partner of of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Need a reboot? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Spring has sprung, so let's have some fun. This month, I'll help you reboot your old ride and save up to $8,000 on a new Mitsubishi. So if your old ride's a hunk of junk, don't let it leave you in a funk. You can even drive a new car today with a lifetime warranty, like the Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon starting at $15,900. The popular Eclipse Cross, in stock and ready for delivery. Or the 2024 Outlander, 5-star safety rated, starting at $23,900. So if you've been dreaming of driving a new RC Hill Mitsubishi, don't get your wires crossed, because my team works hard every day, and that's what makes us different. So this week, reboot your old ride, and you could save up to $8,000 on a nicer, newer car. But hurry, a deal this good will shut down fast. I'm RC Hill, and I'm your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. See all my trendy rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Vehicle purchase price determines actual discount.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of a girl. I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
You got a service dog? Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or on our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
All right, 407-916-1041. That is the phone number to not call us because we're almost done. I don't know why I did it. That's a terrible habit I'm trying to break. I'm trying to break saying the phone numbers all the time.
Why?
It's just an old school habit from when we used to do this, and we took a lot of phone calls. It was before the advent of all the other ways to communicate. That was the only way to get involved with us, is to call the show. So I'm just so used to giving that number out. It was just a mantra we had as we were younger in doing this.
And it's what they consider a crutch. It's a vocalized pause. You are saying something you don't have to think about, right, so you can start thinking about the next thing you want to say.
Yes, exactly.
For me, instead of the phone number, I just do this a lot. And that's not good.
It's not good. Buddy.
That's a vocalized pause.
All right, welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
The pauser is here as well. Coming up tomorrow, we have our good friend Scott Maxwell, the triumphant return of Scott Maxwell.
Yay.
Also, Animal House. Who's in tomorrow for Animal House?
We have Daryl Payne with Paw Affection Dog Training for two segments.
Dose segments for your dog's behavior.
That's right.
Gave my little puppy a bath this morning. Got her nice. Got the queen clean. She's a monster, that one.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't want to know what the clean means.
No,
queen.
I got the
clean.
I got the queen clean.
Okay.
She's the queen of the house. My son has an 80% Staffordshire Terrier.
Yeah.
Like the Pete dog from the Our Gang, and we think he hurt his ACL. So he kind of lips around on it, and the surgery on that thing is one of those decision-making situations because he's 8 years old. So they're trying to figure out. My son hates seeing him limp. He limps a little bit. Then he'll have days when he doesn't limp. He's like, well, I guess I'll have to get that surgery. I'm like, blah.
Well,
yeah, no.
Investigate laser. What?
There
is that
you go.
Laser treatment?
Yes, the laser therapy is a game changer.
No way, really?
Yes, it is a game changer.
Where do you get this?
At your vet's office.
Is it expensive?
I don't believe so. I remember doing it for my big golden.
I think it's like they could do maybe about $40 a treatment, and it could be several treatments.
Really?
Yeah.
It's way better than $1,800 to start.
There's a place in Longwood that recommended it for Jeter. It's kind of on your way, probably.
Did he get it?
I did not. No.
You did not get it?
No.
And not worth the 40.
I'm not spending another dime on that dog.
But really, what's important is that on those days when he's not limping, he has to limit his activity.
Yeah.
Because dogs will hide their pain. Every animal will hide their pain.
That's the hard part about this entire thing is he hasn't made a sound.
He never
I mean,
will.
He hasn't made not a chirp of pain.
Nope.
Like nothing's happened. He just doesn't use that leg very often.
That's right, because that's how in nature you get to stay with the pack.
Right.
You get left behind, when you start showing that you're hurt. So that's the hardest thing with animals is that they don't show pain. So we think, okay, well, you're feeling better. You can go ahead and play fetch today.
And we know
and then tomorrow you're limping.
Yeah, we know that's not right either. And the other thing, too, is because we're living in this super small space, when I try to play like fetch with my little dog, I'll just totally forget the big dog's over there chilling out. And when he sees the sock go across the room, of course, he launches out of his sleeping thing. We know that's not good.
Right.
So, man, we're really having to manage this as much as possible. But he hasn't showed even one little bit of pain. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Not one little bark, not one nothing, not one yipe, nothing.
By the time he probably does, it will be even worse.
Yeah, I hope not. Don't say that.
Because you have to, get the laser treatment. They're game changers.
Well, I didn't even know that existed. My wife was like, should we get him a brace? Like, I think don't they have like pullover, like almost knee braces for dogs?
They do. I investigated that as well. Texter says wrap it. A lot of vets are going away from ACL surgeries. They can heal themselves.
Oh, very good. Well,
That's
maybe
right.
we'll
I
do
went
that.
with Jeter. I just stared at it and I said, "You better get better."
So it's
better.
So it's a compression wrap specifically for animals, or is you just use one that you would get for like?
I just use an ace bandage.
Like an ace bandage.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was going to buy a new one. I used a human one.
You son of a bitch! God, you're so cheap. It's so sexy though. How cheap you are! It's very
Thank
hot.
you. I got to put
very hot.
You got to find money for the 401k from somewhere.
All right, 407. Oh, there I go. So also tomorrow we have, let's see, your call, text, talkbacks. We have 4 more opportunities for $1,000. We're in a little dry spell. Tomorrow will be a good day to get one.
Yeah, we want a winner.
All right, let's do You Heard It Here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Man, this story cannot get any more convoluted, so hang in there with me, okay?
Hey, I'm keeping notes.
Because what we talked about at 3 o'clock during Woke News, believe it or not, has already changed.
Oh, wow.
Investigators say they now have the 2 men in custody from that green Acura involved in the deadly carjacking of Catherine Aguas Vivas from an intersection in Winter Springs back on April 11th. A few hours later, what's believed to be the woman's body was found in a burned-out vehicle in Osceola County. Seminole County Sheriff Dennis Lima says Jordan Torres Garcia is the one seen on video holding the gun and wearing the mask and getting into Aguas Vivas's car. Kivo Justin Yano was driving the Acura. Ooh, go ahead, give me the buzzer. As for the motive,
everyone who's watched this has known it's about drugs and money, right? I mean, you look at the history, the background, and again, we'll find out more specific details as this investigation goes.
Yeah, a third man, which the man we had talked about during Woke News, Giovanni Hernandez Crespo, is facing drug charges. Aguas Vivas was visiting from Homestead, and Sheriff Lima says her husband is no longer cooperating in the investigation. Lima says Torres Garcia and Justin Llano are facing federal charges of kidnapping, resulting in death.
Yeah, and something else about one of those guys was a real bad guy who had a record here in Orlando, and that attorney general that got fired by Ron DeSantis let him out of a charge that he should have been in jail for. That Worrell woman,
right?
Yeah, that they have a letter like releasing him because they didn't think they had a case, but when you look at the case, it looks like they had a pretty good case. And of course, now the guy's a maniac. It was major, a lot of gun charges, if I remember right.
Wow.
I mean, a haircut alone.
Yeah,
I
right.
know exactly. He should put in jail just for that. A SpaceX launch is successful.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just for you, Jimmy.
Ignition full power and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Yeah, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket carrying 23 Starlink satellites from Cape Canaveral tonight, 6:17. SpaceX says the mission marks the 9th flight for this particular Falcon 9 first stage booster. The satellites will live in low Earth orbit. And then finally, I had teased this a little bit earlier, Jimmy, on the heels of your tattoo story about people getting their Harry Potter tattoos removed.
Right.
Comes this story. PetSmart is offering to cover your bad ink with a tattoo of your favorite pet.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
The national chain is running a nationwide contest called PetSmart Tattoo Redo. 5 winners will be flown to Los Angeles to get those unwanted tats covered by new ones based on photos of your pets. The prize includes travel from anywhere in the United States, a 2-night stay in Los Angeles, and a trip to Allium Tattoo Studio in Culver City. The contest ends at the end of the month. Winners will be announced in May.
Very nice.
And now you've heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thanks, Deb. 407-910. Oh, God.
Why?
I can't stop saying that damn phone number.
Oh, I didn't even notice this time.
Oh, I stopped. I started then stopped. I've got to stop.
See how good you are.
All right. Who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law for bringing us one of our more favorite segments, What'd You Do? That's new every Tuesday. Find the master list at JimColbertLive.com. Also want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. Definitely sign up for those remaining seminars. They're free. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube
Yeah,
chats.
we appreciate that, guys, very much. Jack, we have a question of the day.
We do. In our YouTube chat, should murder videos be protected as free speech on the internet?
Hey, you know the answer, right?
I'm looking at
You can
what-
see the
yeah,
answer. What did you think it was going to be before you? I mean, and be honest. Did you think it was going to be a lot?
No, I didn't think it would be a lot.
You thought it would be maybe 20%?
Yeah, maybe a little more.
I'll go 15%.
25%.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So a quarter of the people listening think that videos up there where people die has a place on the internet and should be there.
Yeah.
And that's where they should go on the dark web. It's only 25%.
All right, let's get the hell out of here, man. Big day coming up tomorrow. Like we said, we have Scott Maxwell in, Daryl Payne in for a couple segments. So if you have a dog behavior issue, you definitely want to call us. That's free advice for you.
Dave Matthews Band tickets, as well as 4 more chances to win $1,000.
Yeah, and I'm going to put that video. I keep telling people I cook good steaks in my Uni pizza oven, and I found the video today. I forgot I even had. I'm going to edit it down and put it up so you can see exactly what it looks like. I showed Jack today. It looked pretty tasty.
I'd rather have the steak.
All right, on behalf of Deb and Jack, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters the morning after us. Tom and Dan with the corporate time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
Bye.
It's the damn dentures, y'all.
A corporate time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio